Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
Well, I hate to say this. I can't help but wonder, though, has the bubble burst on the Montreal Canadiens? Dare I say my precious Montreal Canadiens?
Reid, how dare you?
Well, I can't help but think it, the way it's going. I was so hopeful. I was feeling so good. I was feeling like the magic was in the air, sprinkled across the country.
Oh, Reid.
I picked them to win the Cup before the playoffs. They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Buffalo Game 7 overtime. They win Game 1 against Carolina. And now they lose 2 consecutive games in overtime. Now, overtime, okay, could have gone either way. But when you think about these last 2 games, could have they really gone either way? Or was it just a matter of time?
What was
for the
Reid,
Hurricanes to win?
The 39-13 shots?
Well, which do you want me to pick out? Now, look, it's not over. It's not over.
According to you, it is.
No, I'm just wondering if the bubble has burst. I'm a little. I don't know what I am. It's a little concerning for the Montreal Canadiens. Do you not think? Now, they've flirted with this in the past. What did they have? 11 shots? Was it 11 or 9 when they beat Tampa in Game 7? Might have been 9.
Yeah, it was low.
Yeah, it was 9.
Because the Oilers had 10 or 11 when they beat Dallas in Game 6 in 2024. And Montreal had less than that. So the shot attempts in the series, this is the shot attempts. So this is anything that's directed at the net. So it's either a shot on goal, a blocked shot, or it goes wide. 242 for Carolina. 129 for the Canadiens.
Jeepers.
So this is in about 10 periods if we round off the overtime. So that's about 113 shot attempts more for Carolina in 3 games.
But Reid, that was the first time the Canadiens suffered a back-to-back loss in 71 days.
Shots on goal. Carolina 93, Canadiens 47. That's actual shots on net. Would the Canadiens have 1 shot in the 3rd period in overtime yesterday? Now, they did have a goal that didn't count. So I guess I got to give them credit for that. They worked hard on that goal. Didn't count for the offside by millimeters on the Caulfield play.
Yeah, they were outshot 13-2 in the 3rd period in overtime.
Oh, 13-2. Pardon me. I missed a shot in there.
No, that was 3rd and overtime.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought they only had 1 shot in the 3rd and overtime.
Not good.
And overtime was, almost 15 minutes? About 15 minutes?
Oh.
So 35 minutes, they had 2 shots.
Well, credit to them that it was a 1-goal game.
Well, that's the thing. Like now I'm at the point where I'm like, is it magic or is it this,
Blow
just
up the
it's
balloon
running
again.
out?
Blow up the balloon.
Well, if they can win Game 4, then it's back on
then you're
again.
full back.
But man, they needed that one yesterday.
Did they?
Yes. Now the crazy thing is, what do they say in hockey? Well, we got out hit. But that's because we have the puck all the time. How can we get credit for a body check when we don't have the puck? So it appears Carolina has the puck more. Fair?
Very.
The hits in this series are 127 for Carolina, 65 for Montreal. That's basically double.
So if you were to look at the numbers that you're just presenting right now and not know where this series was at,
Right.
you would think it's 3-0 for Carolina.
Yeah, the scores have been like 4-1, 5-2, and 3-0. Or something like that.
Well, credit to Montreal for sticking in there, staying in the fight. Although the analytics might suggest otherwise.
Yeah. Well, these aren't even that complex analytics.
They're not, Reid. They're not. But I'm
pretty,
sure the more you dive in, the more it stays the same.
And I really want Montreal to win. I've gotten pulled into wanting them to do well. I mean, of course, we're in oil country. It would be great if the Oilers were to be the next Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup. It will happen someday. I'd be fine with the Montreal Canadiens doing it. I was hopeful they're going to do it this. It's not over. It's 2-1. It's not over. Things have looked bleak for teams that have been down 2-1 before.
Well, then blow up
and
the
they've
balloon.
come back to win. But I'm just wondering if the bubble has burst.
Well, okay.
That they've just had too many games in which they've been outshot and made the big play at the right time, and now it's just not going to happen. I don't know.
This will just show if you have faith or not. Because if this team is, as many suggested, I've heard it numerous times, a team of destiny,
Right.
then they should be able to win and overcome no matter what.
Then destiny will guide you.
Then destiny will guide you
Let
home.
destiny be your guide.
Yes.
Don't try. Don't work. Don't
Don't worry
care.
about it.
Just let destiny be your guide.
Destiny will come through.
So anyway, just watching that game last night, I just a couple times thought I don't like the way. But again, they got it to overtime, and hey, they had a breakaway about 25 seconds.
Yeah,
in.
really
I
quick.
can't remember how quickly it was. It was quite quick. And Matheson did hit a crossbar. He also hit one in the third period.
Yep.
But generally, they're not getting the chances. You just kind of feel like Carolina's just going to keep battering away and get one. We'll see. Game 4 tomorrow. That's going to be big. How you doing, everybody? Thanks to Matty Iwanek. He sat in for me yesterday. I am Reid Wilkins. He is Jason Milne. Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. We're with you 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday here on Edmonton Sports Talk, presented by Play Alberta. So Vegas can sweep the Avs tonight, right?
They can.
We'll talk about that a little bit. Jays and Marlins at 5 o'clock. Fisher's going to pitch for the Blue Jays. What is it, Game 5, Spurs Sunday tonight?
Yes.
Knicks are already through.
Knicks
are already through. More Memorial Cup stuff tonight. By the way, so our leader here at Edmonton Sports Talk, our owner, what is he, owner, CEO, morning show host? Is he the president? Do we have a president? I don't think we have a president. I think he's the owner and the CEO.
That
He
makes
would be
sense.
the president,
That
no?
sounds good.
Dustin Nielsen, he's calling the Memorial Cup on TSN. He's doing some good work, isn't he?
He is.
Vaughn squaring off against McNeil. And they'll wait patiently now. A couple of lefts. In the right, they're going to go back and forth. Look at this. Haymakers being thrown here at the Memorial Cup. Now they'll tie it up quickly. Helmet pops off. And they're still going to go left coming from it. And now left the other way. They're going to change hands with some rights. What is happening? This is an excellent tilt. And finally the linesman will step in. Wow. Are you kidding me?
God, he's good, eh?
What is happening?
He's doing Memorial Cup.
He's doing
He's going to be
amazing.
doing CFL right away.
Yeah.
He's hosting morning shows here. That's why he's the best.
Well,
That's why he's
I'm
the
just
best.
saying, this is all great. I think he's the best to do it, personally. His enthusiasm is unmatched. His excitement and timing is almost perfect. I'm just saying, I don't, watch what you wish for. Because somebody like that is that talented might just start climbing that ladder in the play-by-play world. I actually text him on the weekend and I said, "Can you promise that you're never going to leave us?" And he said, "No, I can't do that, Jay.
No, he'll be around.
But I can promise."
One way or another, he'll be around.
I think he really would like to stay at EST, but there's no way you can keep that bottled up. It's just too good.
He'll always be around. Don't worry.
I don't read.
There's a lot of ways to make things work, especially when you're the boss. You can decide how your work hours
Well, that is
work.
true. He is in a great position to do that.
But sounded great as always. What, a couple games left? And Dustin's going to be on with us tomorrow.
Yes.
If all things go well during his day from Kelowna. Today, we will have for our guests at 4 o'clock. I've interviewed this guy before. Mark Letestu is going to join us, the native of Elk Point, Alberta. Currently the head coach of the Colorado Eagles in the American Hockey League. And later on this week, they are going to start the Western Conference Final against the Chicago Wolves. So Mark guiding his team to the conference final in his first year as a head coach in the AHL. Remember, he was with Cleveland as an assistant coach for the last few years. So he's doing great. It'll be good to catch up with him. Shawn Belle will be on the show today. That'll be around 5 o'clock to talk about the NHL playoffs. And I think he took a little bit of a trip here the last few days, didn't he? I don't know how much of that he can divulge, but we'll have Bellezy on the show as well. We also, of course, will include your participation. Here's how you can do that. You can text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. And I want to tell you. Oh, Jay, you know what? You told me to make sure I had that email, and now I can't find the email.
Which one's that?
Oh,
Reid?
there it is. Collective Soul coming to River Cree. Collective Soul venue at River Cree, July 28th. So that's in a couple of months. Doors at 7, show at 8. Tickets starting at $79.99 plus GST and service charges. And just go to Ticketmaster, rivercreeresort.com. Look for Collective Soul at the venue at River Cree coming up on July 28th. So that's how you can text us, 780-218-9999. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. We always love getting emails from you. We love getting limericks from you. The limerick theme today will be Dustin Nielsen.
Oh, right.
Emails about Dustin Nielsen. Anything about him. If you're a regular listener to the show, there are a lot of angles you could go with this. If you're new to the show, you're going to learn a lot about Dustin from these limericks. And maybe we'll save a couple good ones and read them to him tomorrow when he's on the show.
Are you a Collective Soul guy?
Not really. I thought they were okay. I never really got into them. I thought their songs were catchy but very repetitive. Probably the song of theirs that I like the most came out maybe after their kind of peak in the 90s. I think it was early 2000s, that Why Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that one. I would struggle to name 10 Collective Soul songs.
I would struggle to name 5.
Like Gel,
But
Heavy.
if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, that's Collective Soul.
Shine, is that theirs?
Well, what's that one? Heaven, Let Your Light Shine Down.
I think is that called Shine? Is that called Shine, or is it has a different title? It's kind of a slower one.
What's
Maybe
Gel?
It was off the Jerky Boys soundtrack. Da 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 da. I can't do it.
What's Heavy?
That one?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember
See,
that one?
I don't know.
That's exactly what it sounds like. Actually, they didn't use instruments for that one. They just used their mouths to make the guitar noises.
I would probably, like you said, I don't know if I could name them, but when
But
they're
they're popular.
I think they're bangers.
Yeah. Oh, they did well.
What about
They're still going?
It's The World I Love or
The World I Know.
The World I Know.
That's one too. Okay, that might be all the ones I could name. I remember Jello was huge, I think, when I was in university.
I want to hear Gel.
We'll listen during the commercial.
Okay.
Yeah. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino Inbox. Where were we going? Oh, yeah. Then I was giving the email. You can write in your limericks about Dustin Nielsen. And, of course, you can listen on iHeartRadio, on TuneIn Radio. Those are excellent audio streaming apps. Let other people know about them and where they can find Edmonton Sports Talk. Our morning show, The Nielsen Show, is also on 95.7 Cruise FM. And we're also on YouTube. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to the Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube channel, I encourage you to do so pronto, at once.
Henceforth.
And you can also post in the nasty chat on YouTube. That's the chat stream going down the right-hand side of the page. Again, you don't have to be nasty. You don't have to say nasty things. As a matter of fact, we prefer if you don't say nasty things. And that's the nasty chat on YouTube. And give us the thumbs up. Give the show a like while you're there as well. We even have a song for that. I think actually Collective Soul wrote this.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please
They
click.
sent me the lyrics.
Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
So we try to get to 100 thumbs. Did you guys get to 100 thumbs yesterday? Do you remember? It was a great
I
show
think
yesterday.
after the fact, probably. I was slow on the thumbs.
I actually didn't. Well, I was off yesterday. I didn't hear much of the show. I went to a movie.
A story about my gas getting siphoned out.
Well, that's not
in
good.
Saskatchewan when we were there. We blamed it on former Hilltop and Husky quarterback Steve Belon, who did it. He saw me there on campus and was like, "Ooh, I hate that guy."
Yeah.
And he siphoned it.
You think that's actually true that he did that?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So we know it was you, Steve Belon.
So I did hear most of the interview with Carter Kettle.
Excellent.
From the Elks. Excellent interview. Well-spoken, intelligent, focused.
500 to 600 tickets, Reid.
Yeah, what's going on with that? For Friday's game?
He said, I know of 500 to 600 people. Like, even if he said
How do you
50
know
to
that
60
many people?
I would be impressed. But 500 to 600 people who have bought tickets to come
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
support the team and
good for him.
support their guy.
That was a great touchdown he got.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Sneaky fast.
Yeah, good. That was really good.
He said his legs died as he was rounding the corner to go to the end zone.
Right.
He said he didn't know if he was going to make
But
it.
he made it. The game wasn't, I didn't watch the game, but I watched the extended, there was like a 16-minute highlight pack that is almost every play in the game. Like, good for the Elks to get the win. They looked fast. They looked polished. I know it was not BC's best team, but it wasn't always the Elks' best team either. I got to say that Powell quarterback, the new guy, Taylor Powell, he can fire it. He can zing it in there.
Yeah, 14 of 15 for 160
He's
yards.
got some potential. So,
Not bad.
So that's good. But they used 4 quarterbacks in that game, did they not?
They did.
Fajardo got 2 series, I think.
Yeah. And then Powell, then Zabransky. Zabransky.
Yeah, there was a Zabransky about 20
was
years ago. Yeah.
The Statue of Liberty play.
Yeah.
And the Fiesta Bowl.
And then he was on the cover of an
Boise
NCAA
State.
football game. Yeah, I interviewed him about that once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah, we'll talk more Elks a little bit later on. So, let's get to this. I think this guy was off yesterday, too, but he's back and ready to
he
go.
wasn't missed either.
It is it's your afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. I didn't think it would be so hard to find shots in Montreal. That place has more bars than my brother-in-law does gambling debts. The Bluebirds take on Miami. My favorite Marlin? Brando. Hey, Jason Milne, is that an offer I can't refuse in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Hey, the locals are still looking for a coach. This is taking longer than George R.R. Martin writing Game of Thrones. Winter is coming. I'm Chet Palmer.
Wide-ranging.
Oh, yeah. I like that tie into Marlon Brando.
Yeah.
Very well done, Chet. And the offer I can't refuse in your pocket, that would obviously come from
The opening scene of The Godfather. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it was the opening scene. Yeah.
Very good, Chet. Still, like yesterday, we were talking about how Chet doesn't even talk to me, doesn't text me. I just assume when you're not here, Chet's off.
Yeah, usually is.
And honestly, it was kind of nice. So thanks, Chet.
Not
See you
nice
tomorrow.
not having your pocket scanned constantly.
Well, yeah. I don't need my pocket interrogated every day. We've got our first limerick.
Already coming in.
Yes.
Coming in hot off the presses, the pipes.
The pipes.
Hot off.
The pipe presses. This comes in from David the Essential. There once was a morning show host named Dusty who was gone so long he was rusty. But when he came back...
Wait a minute. That's problematic. I think we need
Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on. There once was a morning show host named Dusty
Oh, okay.
who was gone so long he was rusty.
There we go.
But when he came back, it was a matter of fact, he was still on point and trusty.
Oh, that's very good, actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sometimes in the text,
you couldn't tell where the return was.
It's hard where to see the
where
line
return
breaks.
marker was. Yeah. Okay.
We
That's
got another
a really
one.
good limerick. Well,
This,
see, these people love Dusty, eh?
They do.
Like, we could just Dusty anything, and
Yeah.
people would write in about it.
Send us Dusty's favorite song. It would just... we have another limerick, though, about Dusty. This comes in from Bones. Out at the YEG. Handsome, sveltish, and 6'5". One of the best play-by-play callers alive. Captain in diet. Seafood won't try it. Big reason EST will always thrive.
Oh,
That is good.
Very good.
And I know
Captain and diet.
Reid's going to love the
Seafood won't try
simplicity
it.
of lines 3 and 4.
That's very good.
And
Can we put that for Limerick of the Year?
Well, Bones, you have to email that to me.
Okay. Ronnie Oceanfront in the Nasty Chat. I'd rather listen to 3 hours of Chet Palmer than 3 hours of Awanak. Well, don't tempt us, Ronnie.
Ouch.
Maybe they could do a hangout together.
Oh, that would be a hangout we should set up.
Yeah.
Is Awanak and like his three biggest enemies.
Tim Peel.
Oh, yes, Coob.
It'd be
I
one
don't
of the
think
bar down
Chet is
boys.
Awanak's enemy.
Who?
I don't even know. I don't think Chet and Awanak are enemies. I don't even know if they know each other.
I don't know that they've met. I just assume that Chet wouldn't like him.
We have some other thoughts from something about that Montreal-Carolina game. The Worlds today, Canada won, but Jay and I, as we were watching the game together, thought of another topic, as we often do.
Oh, and everybody that is here hears this is going to go.
Once they hear
ding,
this, yeah.
of course.
We'll do all this before 4 o'clock. Jay's Play of the Day is coming up, And then, as I mentioned, Mark Letestu is going to join us at 4. It'll be good to catch up with him, the native of Elk Point, Alberta, the former Edmonton Oiler, now the head coach of the Colorado Eagles, and he is taking them into the American Hockey League Western Conference Championship Series that starts in a couple of days. So we have an off-topic topic here. It's presented by William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536. Now, Jay saw me earlier today as I was, quote-unquote, getting ready for the show, reading a little bit of Jack Reacher. I'm 70% done this book. Just started it 2 days ago. You can't put him down, Jay.
So is this the latest?
No. This is like book 14 or 15 out of however many there are. I think I'm a little over halfway.
Who writes these books?
Lee Child.
Okay.
But the last few books, I think maybe 4 or 5, somebody will know, have been co-written, Lee Child and his brother Andrew Child. And a couple people have told me, just stop reading them when the brother gets involved.
Really?
Just read the Lee Child solos.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, the reason I first kind of got onto Reacher was because Shay Gannon at Ched, I worked with him for a few years. He was huge into Reacher. And I was like, maybe I should start reading these. So I read them on I think I have one physical book, but I read them on the Libby app, usually on my iPad, but I was reading on my phone today at work. And I don't think, like, this situation, there's no way Reacher's getting out of this situation in this
Of course
book. He's stuck. He's not going to get out of it. I think the rest of the books are just a ruse. This has to be the end. It's hopeless. But anyway.
So that's what what's the brother's, not the actual writer?
So Lee Child is
Lee
the writer.
Child.
Right.
Does he write anything else?
I don't think he has,
Because
actually.
obviously you like his style of writing.
Yeah, it's
because I
incredible.
don't want to, like,
Because you can't put him down.
I don't want to burst your bubble, but the storylines are always pretty similar, I would imagine.
Yes, there's some similarities to
But
them.
you're entertained
But they're
by the
so
writing
good.
style and the creativity.
So I am on the 14th book out of 24 that is Lee Child's solo. Oh, now there've already been 7 Lee and Andrew together. So if I just stop at book 24, I'm a little over halfway done. But maybe I'll keep going. So, but I've really enjoyed this series. It's been, I read the first one probably a little over 2 years ago. And so I quite enjoy it. So our off-topic topic for William Huff is pretty simple. Your favorite book series. Your favorite book series. This could be Reacher, could be Hardy Boys. Probably there are so many books. There's stuff that we don't even know about. So your favorite book series. So not your favorite author, but your favorite series, like revolving around a character or a storyline, a trilogy or something like that. Your favorite book series.
Well, some series, like, I think we've talked about this before, but John Grisham, I enjoy, but he doesn't have a book that keeps going or a series of books.
Like a protagonist that's
but
like
all
Reacher.
of his books are similar to like Reacher.
Okay.
Like he writes a lot about the South and Mississippi and especially legal cases.
Okay.
Right? So they all have the same, I guess, flow.
So it is sort
Just
of a
different
a
storylines.
series in a way.
It is almost a series.
thematically similar, right?
Yeah.
I don't read a lot of books anymore. Growing up, there was one book in particular, one book series that really caught my eye and just grabbed me in. I ended up buying, I think, the entire series, or at least the trilogy of it. It's called Taken by Aaron Bowman. It's kind of like a young adult sort of book. So there's this town.
Young adult sort of book.
Well, Kate, can I read the synopsis of it? Are you guys okay with that?
Well, if it's not like 8 pages, is it?
All right. There are no men in clay suit, only boys. Once they turn 18, they vanish, disappear.
Oh.
And there's a wall around this city. And this guy, essentially, this is in the synopsis. I'm just Cole's notes here. He finds a note from his mother a few months before he turns 18 and makes him question everything he's been raised to believe and know. So
nice.
he has to decide whether he goes over the wall or just stays and waits to be taken, they call it.
And it's a trilogy, you said?
I think, yeah, there's 3 books and then they made a prequel as well. Actually, there's now 4 books, it looks like. So
That sounds interesting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
we're
loved
looking
it.
for. Your favorite book series. Like I'm into Reacher right now. Not the only thing that I like, but I mean Reacher's up there because he's always getting into hot water and gets out of it.
My mom used to make me thumb through Zig Ziglar books. You ever heard of Zig
Which
Ziglar?
ones are those?
Well, here's okay. This is from 1974. See You at the Top. From 1982, The Secrets of Closing the Sale. Zig Ziglar. Ziglar on selling. He was a seller. He wrote books on how to sell.
Oh, okay.
And my mom would give me these books
To help you
read,
play it, to help you work at the
to help me improve my salesmanship.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have a
Zig
feeling this
Ziglar.
isn't your favorite book series though. It's just one you remember.
It is one I remember. It teaches you how to properly close sales. It's good.
Okay.
Care to guess of the top 10 best book series? Now,
We're doing this right now?
Ranked by global sales.
Okay. So Harry Potter.
Where? Like
One.
you're going
One.
1 through 10? Harry Potter is number 1.
Okay. Hunger Games.
Hunger Games is not on the list.
Okay. 50 Shades.
Not on the list.
Oh, wow. Okay. Reacher.
Not on the list.
Oh, see, there's probably ones I don't even know. Sherlock Holmes.
Not on the list. Now, you need to also include kid
Diary of a
books.
Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid is number 8.
Wow. Okay. Geez, kids books. I don't know enough.
Number 2
Coob.
is a children's horror genre.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Yeah.
That
Number
would have multiple authors, wouldn't it?
R.L. Stein.
Oh, it is all the
Is
same.
what it
same-
says.
Okay.
No.
Number 3 is a mystery. It's a detective mystery.
For kids?
No, I don't believe so. Author was Earl Stanley Gardner.
Nancy Drew. I don't know.
Perry Mason.
Oh, yeah. I've
Still
heard of
number 3.
Yes. Number 4 is a children's literature.
that. Children's literature. Percy Jackson. No.
No.
That's not for kids.
Smurfs.
No, close-ish.
Bone. That's a graphic novel.
The authors were Stan and Jan Berenstain.
Berenstain Bears.
Oh.
Number 5 is various authors. It was an interactive game book. This is
the Choose Your Own Adventure series?
yes.
Okay.
Number 7 was also a mystery book, but it was a teen detective series.
We said Hardy Boys, didn't we?
Is that not Nancy Drew?
Nancy Drew.
Okay.
Number 8, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Wait, I'm missing one.
Oh, yes, we are. Number 6.
Oh, Drew was Nancy Drew's 7?
Yeah, Nancy Drew 7. Number 6 was a young adult drama. Wildly popular 1980s and 90s teen soap opera series centered around identical twin sisters.
Wasn't there one teen love romance high school, something like that?
Sweet Valley High.
Sweet Valley, that is what I was
that's
thinking of.
exactly
That is what
what
I
it
was
is,
trying
yeah.
to think of. Yes.
Okay, then
No,
Coob.
not that I have read any.
Would I get this one? Guinness Book of World Records?
No, Coob got Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
Now we've got number 9 and number 10.
Number 9 and 10.
Number 9 genre would be a thriller. It's a fast-paced historical thriller novels featuring symbologist Robert Langdon.
Oh, the Angels
that's
and
the name of
Demons.
it. No, it's called Robert Langdon. Author Dan Brown.
Right, but it was what was the first? The Da
Oh, the
Vinci
Da
Code
Vinci
stuff.
Code, yes,
So it's
yes,
the Dan
yes.
Brown series. Yeah,
Okay.
I
And-
read the Da Vinci Code. It was good.
Number 10.
It's a page turner, Coop.
Over 150 million copies sold.
What?
This would be an epic fantasy genre.
Percy Jackson?
No.
Of dragons and stuff.
Well, this
Oh
has
yeah,
dragons too.
the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
No.
No,
Prior.
prior to the Game of Thrones.
The quintessential high fantasy epic that fundamentally shaped the entire genre. You can explore
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, so those are the most popular
Bonus
book
points
series
for
of
the
all
author
time.
of Lord of the Rings.
Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien. The extra R is for extra raunchiness.
Reading.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many pages, Coop. Extra reading.
Extra reading. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So the off-topic topic is your favorite book series. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe it's something else. Zulu, Lord of the Rings. Buster, Lord of the Rings. Buster, Hardy Boy. So Buster has 2. What else? Captain Underpants from Spency 5 Sensi. Does that count? Isaac Asimov's Foundation series. I read the first 3 in that. Then I think it expanded. That's in there as well. Twilight. Oh, that would be big. Isn't that naughty, though? Doesn't it get a little naughty?
It's
Isn't it like the coupling of vampires and werewolves?
Yeah.
Or 50 Shades came out of that, right? 50 Shades was the naughty fan fiction for Twilight, I think.
Really?
So I've heard.
I wouldn't know that.
How are they related? One's got
They're
vampires.
not. There's no vampires.
Right, but then
in,
then I think when she wrote the 50 Shades book, she changed it to fit into a different world or something.
Wow.
I don't know.
This comes in on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. Jason and Leduc, my favorite series is Dragonlance novels, written by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. Great fantasy, and the writing style is full of charm. Ken in the Park sent in his top 3. Rebus series by Ian Rankin. 2, Logan McRae series by Stuart McBride.
Okay.
And 3, Reacher series by Lee Child.
So the other 2 I don't know about. So this is why I like doing this, because we'll share favorite stuff, and then maybe it inspires.
So Ken in the Park
to read some
or
of those.
Squid in the Park. Sorry, I it's 2 names here. If you know that Reid likes the Reacher series, which of the Logan McRae or Rebus series would be you think best suited for Reid's tastes?
Yeah. All right. We gotta take a break.
Okay.
We got Jay's Play of the Day coming up. Mark Letestu in half an hour. Here's Sports Update with Coop.
Game 4 of the Western Conference Final. The Avs with their back up against the wall against the Golden Knights. It's Nathan MacKinnon in tonight after blocking a shot. Might see limited time tonight while Valerie Nichushkin has a game-time decision. Face-off goes at 7 o'clock. Colorado naming Mackenzie Blackwood their starter. Carter Hart expected to play for Vegas. And in Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract extension to return to the Penguins for his 21st season in the NHL. Out in BC, the Memorial Cup continues. Kitchener and Chicoutimi play at 7 with the Rangers beating Everett 6-2 last night to the NBA West Finals. The Spurs Thunder Lockhorn 6:30 tip-off. That series dead even entering Game 5. And for the Jays, they look to shake off an 8-2 loss to the Marlins. First pitch just after 5 o'clock. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day for Toronto with an elbow issue. Will start on the bench while Braden Fisher gets the nod on the mound for the Jays. We also see the Nationals and Guardians matching up later on. The Angels and Tigers going at it while the Braves and Red Sox match up. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. The show continues following the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. The Avalanche should have a coaching change. LOL.
I'm going to say fire it.
Fire it.
But
yes.
it's interesting to say fire it when we were talking yesterday, and it seemed like maybe it would have been discussed if the Avs bowed out in the first round. And maybe the second.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it. Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job? Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. If you have us on YouTube this afternoon, remember, smash that like button. Give us a thumbs up. We want to get to 100 thumbs as quickly as possible and then see how high we can soar. Beyond that, Mark Letestu coming up at 4 o'clock, Shawn Belle at 5. I will give my review of The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Nice.
I went and saw that yesterday. Probably do that, I don't know, 20 after 5-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I went and saw the movie yesterday afternoon.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Okay, good. A movie you will probably never see, no matter what, even if I give it the best review ever.
Probably accurate. Yeah. I don't have 2 hours to spend.
Portions of this hour presented by Commonwealth Stadium. The big soccer match coming up June 1st. Is that in 6 days?
That's on Monday.
That's Monday.
On Monday.
Monday, June 1st. The Canadian men's national team taking on Uzbekistan. All part of the build-up to the FIFA World Cup. Get your tickets now, CanadaSoccer.com or Ticketmaster. We gave away some tickets last week to that, so that was pretty cool. And that is at Commonwealth Stadium. So here's my thing, Jay. A little bit more from Montreal and Carolina last night. And last summer, I can't remember if it was in July or August, might have been in July, we did Ref Week. We had a current CFL referee on the show, Justin McInnes, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We had a Chris Critch on the show, a longtime WHL referee. We had Dave Jackson, former NHL ref, now works for ESPN. We had Karen Lasuk on the show,
yes,
longtime basketball official who's worked Canada West, NCAA, Olympics. We had an umpire on. It's like we had a good stretch. You kind of have a bit of a thing where you're anti-ref, though. There's some nuance to it, though. You don't just hate all referees.
No.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think we saw demonstrated last night, and I doubt we have any NHL referees listening to the show. I'm sure we have a WHL or AJHL ref or linesman or 2 or 3 listening to the show, or someone like Chris Critch, who used to ref in the WHL, because that's how we connected with Chris, because he was kind of upset that people were taking runs at officials. I think it was during the Dallas series last year.
Right.
And then I was like, I have his phone number, right? But here's the thing I would say to refs who are listening, or linesmen who are listening, or whatever sport you do, and who probably at some point listen to shows like this and think it's just all bitching about the refs. Everybody's just anti-referee. Now, a lot of the times when people are complaining, it's a 50-50 call that didn't go their team's way. So you have to just take the emotion about it. You know, and of course, and it's going to get talked about. If it's a critical play in the game, calling a game on shows like this, it's going to get talked about. It's something to talk about. Doesn't mean we're anti-ref or we hate refs if we bring it up, but sometimes there are calls that are worth discussing. But here's evidence from last night's game why people get mad at referees. And maybe even some of the referees listening today, maybe they wouldn't admit it publicly, but are like, yeah, Reid, you're right. This is why people get mad at refs. Just call the rule book. The 50-50 calls I can live with. Sometimes you got to make a judgment call. Sometimes you might not have the best view or 20 different camera angles like Sportsnet does. You got to make a call. I respect that about referees. But when Eric Robinson trips Lane Hudson deep in his own end with 10 minutes left in overtime, just call the penalty. Just call the penalty. Just call tripping. He tripped him. Blatant. Wasn't 50-50. Wasn't like, oh, maybe he went down on his own. You know what? If it's like, Hudson was kind of off balance already, okay, in overtime, I can live with that. He tripped him. He flat out swung at the puck and missed and hit his skates and tripped him. Call that. Too many men. A couple minutes later. Just call it. Although Montreal can, and hey, I want Montreal to win. It's too many men. What happened, Jay? They blew the whistle, and then they dropped the puck at center ice. Like, when they do that? After a goal, or when there's like an incorrect, we shouldn't have stopped play. So it's kind of like, that's too many. Well, wait a minute. No, we can't.
We can't do that. We butchered the first call.
We can't call that. But that's why people get mad at refs. To all the refs out there, that's why people get mad at you. I'm sorry. Because you maybe don't deserve the hatred.
It just seems like you're trying to influence the game too much, or you're afraid of influencing the game by doing your job. I guess maybe a referee doesn't want to be the ref that calls a penalty, but okay, let's say this, Reid. If that Lane Hudson penalty, which was a clear, blatant penalty, gets called and Montreal goes on to win in overtime, are Carolina fans up in arms that referee had the gumption to call that?
Well, they probably would be, but
no, you wouldn't.
What are you complaining about?
What are you complaining about? That's a trip.
Yeah.
If you don't want it to be called, keep your stick out of the player's feet.
Right.
The same could be said about the too many men on the end. Now, Montreal might have had more of a case to be, bitching about this missed call because they already had one that was missed. Now, you better not call that.
Right.
Can you imagine if they called the too many men on the ice and Carolina scored on that power play? Montreal would be on fire, right? And it's just, not to mention that, like, I thought that Lane Hudson took a vicious elbow earlier on in overtime as well. That just, like, he was woozy,
right,
coming off the glass. Like, it's tough to see when you're not doing what you're there to do. What are you there for then? Do you just roll with one ref and two linesmen?
And there have been penalties in overtime. I mean, the Canadians had a power play in overtime.
Yes, it happens.
It happens. There can be penalties.
You have to call it in overtime like you would in the second or third period or first. You just simply have to, especially when the stakes are this high. Yeah, but it's not a great look.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder. Having a one-on-one with the head ref after that would be great for the game.
Yeah, it would be.
Because you'd have to admit that you missed it and that you chose not to call that because you missed that. You'd have to admit that as a head official. Reid, there's no other way around it. Like, well, this is actually a good question.
Well, all they have to say, though, is I didn't think it was a trip.
Then what about the too many men on
Joe
the ice?
in the nasty chat says he barely touched Hudson and then toe-picked. So a ref could just say, Hudson toe-picked. I mean, I like, Joe, with all due respect, I don't think that's what happened. I don't know what they would say. I don't know what they would say. Like, yeah. I don't know what they would say about that one. That was the definition of too many men. They'd hit a player who would not.
Hit a player. And the other player was right there.
Right.
Matheson was coming on.
And there was a Carolina player who potentially could have got if Montreal had left it. Was it Aho who could have got a partial break? If
might have been broke.
Knocked the puck down. So that was disappointing to see. I mean, I know refs aren't perfect, but just call the blatant ones. You know, if a referee ignored every 50-50 call all season, I'd be fine. If he was just like, I'm never going to call a 50-50 call, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Just call the big ones and we'll be okay. We got a limerick here from the Big Uke. The theme is Dustin Nielsen. A man who loves the fingers of chicken. As play-by-play goes, he's ass-kicking. Taller than most, morning show he does host. Spiced rum doubles he'll enjoy more than a smidget.
Pretty good.
Very good work. Well, we got a lot of... We'll have to compile these. I have one from Mike and from Tube Socks.
Yeah.
So we'll get to those a little bit later on. 3:45. Mark Letestu at the top of the hour. Shawn Belle at 5. And when we get back, Jay's Play of the Day for Play Alberta.
The Avs need a win tonight against the Knights to avoid a sweep in Vegas. Nathan McKinnon will play for Colorado, having Valerie Nichushkin as a game-time decision. Face-off at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie Blackwood in between the pipes for the Avalanche. Vegas likely to go with Carter Hart from Pittsburgh. Evgeny Malkin has signed a one-year, $5.5 million contract extension to rejoin the Penguins for his 21st season in the NHL. And out in BC, the Memorial Cup rolls on. Kitchener and Chicoutimi play at 7. Over to the NBA West Finals, the Spurs and Thunder Lockhorns at 6:30. That series dead even through 4 games. And for the Jays, they look to shake off an 8-2 loss to the Marlins. First pitch just after 5. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue and will start on the bench. Braden Fisher, the starting pitcher there for Toronto. On the other side of the break, it's Jay's Play of the Day. For Play Alberta, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The oil stream.
It's not a distraction to let a guy who's not active within your organization, like, hey, can we talk to him? Yeah, sure. It takes 4 seconds. Like, it doesn't affect Kelly McCrimmon's day. Like, they're being difficult. They're trying to flex and strut and be like, look at us. You can't take our guy. Well, he's not your guy. You fired him. But it's in line with how that organization conducts themselves.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Somewhere, someone is sitting on a patio that is literally part of the parking lot. They're hot, uncomfortable, and bored. Do not be that person. The Canadian Brewhouse has a rooftop, real turf, misters, fire tables, patio games, big screens, and zero reason to be bored. This summer, your standards are higher than a parking lot, and you know it. The Canadian Brewhouse, Canada's best patios.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation with options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
She bought a car, working nights at the mall. TV taught her how to.
So it's going to be Canada against the United States in the quarterfinals at Worlds. We'll talk a little bit more about the World Hockey Championship later on. Reid Wilkins, Jason Milne in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. So your time is getting short to try the wing flavor of the month. It is roasted jalapeno poblano, spicy, bold, and bursting with roasted pepper flavor. Get them while they're hot for a limited time. I would suggest trying them. If you like wings, well, quite frankly, if you like food, if you find eating is a necessity in your life, I would suggest trying these wings. You tried them.
I would too. They're fantastic.
They're legitimately fantastic.
The best way I can describe them is they're a hot wing without all the sauce on it.
And they're not uncomfortably
But they're not hot.
They're just, there's a little bit of flavor,
There's
a little
enough.
bit of heat, but it's by the time you reach for the next wing, you're not going to be feeling the heat anymore. It's just like, it's an incredible balance of flavor and a little bit of zip, and they're delicious, and they're at the Canadian Brewhouse, and we are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. So what's the Elks, did they practice today?
Yes.
They just took Sunday off?
Yes.
Practice yesterday, today, leading up to the game on Friday.
Tomorrow, Thursday, will be more of a walkthrough. I've been hosting or co-hosting the Lock Shop this week, but I'm not going to be on the Lock Shop on Thursday, so I'm going to be down at Elks practice to get the lowdown heading into their second and final preseason game Friday night.
And during the regular season, we're going to have the Mark Killam Show. Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Mark Killam will join Jay and I to talk about the previous week's game, storylines for the team, the upcoming opponent, all that fun stuff. So that is awesome that he's going to be joining us. Okay.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And this is presented by Play Alberta. When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province and through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. You must be 18 and older to play, and if you gamble, use your game sense.
Well, Reid, I don't know. Sometimes you just got to go with what your sense is. And my sense is that this series is not ending tonight. Nathan MacKinnon is playing. I think he'll be giving it, well, I know he'll be giving it his all, but hopefully for the Colorado Avalanche, that was more of just a tough bruise. He's had, going to have 48 hours of rest on it. I expect big things from him. I expect big things from Cale Makar. Kind of the two big. What are you laughing at?
Limerick.
Oh, they're good. They keep coming in. Thank you for that. So I've got the Avalanche to win. Nathan MacKinnon, 1 or more points. Cale Makar, 1 or more points. And that has been boosted to plus 145. So if you think the Avalanche are going to win tonight, I would hop on this play, because if the Avalanche win, there's a good chance that those two are involved in it. So head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You will see Jay's play of the day. Avalanche to win. Nathan MacKinnon, 1+ point, and Cale Makar, 1+ point, boosted to plus 145. And Reid, always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
Okay, you can text us at 780-218-9999. That's the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com or jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. Our suggested limerick. Now, you can write a limerick about whatever you want. We just found suggesting a topic might help to kickstart some people's creative juices. So today's suggested topic is Dustin Nielsen. We've already had 3 or 4 excellent limericks. VR Montenegro has this submission. An ode to the big man Dustin Nielsen. He's a media giant for a real son. A fan of chinners and bet slip winners. Spicy Jamaican food makes him squeal mon. VR Montenegro. We love hearing from him. Very creative young man. We'll save a couple others for the next hour or later on in the show. Sure. They've almost all mentioned his diet, his love of chicken tenders
yeah.
and his unwillingness, his inability to try other food.
Well, it's the truth.
Is Dustin a picky eater or is he a safe eater?
He's a stubborn
eater. Is he
eater.
a comfortable eater?
No, he's stubborn.
He's a stubborn eater?
He doesn't try things. Like
then that would be, yeah.
Gage made those burrito tacos.
Oh,
here.
yeah.
They were phenomenal. And Dustin's like, oh, there's onions in that. And there's what are those green things? And Gage is like, shut up and just try it.
No, but if Dustin knows he doesn't like there's some things where I'm like I'm not a big onion guy. I'm not a big onion guy.
I know, but if it's prepared in a certain way, it complements the dish.
Right.
And he tried it and he turned around and he's like, oh my gosh, that is so good.
Oh, did he actually try it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize he tried it.
That's
because
what
I didn't have any of those that day.
Yeah, well, you should.
None were offered to me.
Phenomenal.
None were offered to me.
Really?
No.
Well, you should have just popped your head around the corner and said, what you cooking, Gage?
That's what I do. That's how I get food around here.
Yeah, be nosy.
That's the only time I get fed.
How many different pairs of glasses have you worn today?
Only two.
I asked you earlier if you got new glasses, but you didn't hear me.
Oh,
So
I didn't hear that.
Let
No.
it be. Yeah, it's okay.
No.
I'm changing topics a bit.
Yeah, I have a pair of glasses that I have for work.
Yeah.
And one at home. And now I've started to realize I need to wear glasses more. But my home glasses broke, and I found older glasses with a different prescription that I can still wear it because it's
Right, because they had kind of a clear frame.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
you're wearing dark frame.
And now I'm wearing
glasses.
dark frame glasses. I noticed the other ones need cleaning, so it kind of spooked me.
So those are older ones.
The clear ones are the older ones. They look new because I haven't worn them. But I found.
So you were
them,
wearing them
dusted
around
off.
home because they were. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
was
wasn't
wearing them
crazy
in.
that you had a different look about you this morning.
No, I'm glad you noticed.
Well,
I like those frames.
I'm a pretty observational guy.
Yeah, me too.
They frame your face nicely.
Yeah, it's a good frame.
All right, 3:57. If you are watching on YouTube this afternoon, give us the thumbs up. We want to get to at least 100 every show. We're at 42. Do not be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click. We have some Oilers discussion. We have some World Hockey Championship discussion. And we have Mark Letestu from Elk Point, Alberta, now the head coach of the Colorado Eagles in the AHL Western Conference Final. He's coming up after the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop. A three-pointer with 3 minutes to go from the Knicks. Why are you shooting a three? Tyler Kolek, again. I don't like Tyler Kolek. Not a fan of him. Yeah, you got a little bit of time, dude. Not getting a lot in the next series. Cost us. Tyler Kolek, Seth Jarvis, you're on the list.
You're on the watch list. You're on the close watch list. You're like the Steve Belon of the lock shop.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems. But did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Worksite ready, Western tough. Lamley's Workwear is calling all tradespeople, oil and gas crews, construction workers, farmers, and hard-working Canadians. Built for the job with quality craftsmanship, job site protection, and cowboy-worthy durability. Trusted brands like Airy at Work and Wrangler Rigs, designed for performance and all-day comfort on the toughest sites. No matter the season, Lamley's has the workwear you need. Shop the full range now at lamleys.com/work.
LAMMLES. Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path.
Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Before the first snap, before the noise, before everyone else. This is Edmonton football. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Every hit, catch, and touchdown. Season seats, flex packs, groups, single games. There's a way in for everyone. Edmonton Elks, our city, our year. Get your seats now at goelks.com/tickets.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The Brooms are ready in Vegas with the Knights up 3-0 on the Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon is good to go for Colorado, while Valerie Nichushkin is a game-time decision. They battle at 7 o'clock with Mackenzie Blackwood starting for the Avs at Vegas, likely to go with Carter Hart. From Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract extension to stay with the Penguins for his 21st season in the NHL. And over to the NBA West Finals, it's the Spurs Thunder locking horns 6:30 tip-off. That series dead even after 4 games played. MLB action, Toronto, Miami go toe-to-toe for Game 2 of their series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue and will start on the bench. First pitch just after 5, Braden Fisher on the bump for Toronto. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The second hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. Jason Milne, Reid Wilkins with you. We are 3 to 6 p.m. every weekday here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We got our live and local programming 6 to 6 every weekday. We have Oilers pre- and post-game shows when they're going. We have Elks and pre- and post-game shows. So you're going to start that with the regular season when they're in Ottawa. Is that next Saturday already? Yeah, that would be.
No. Like
the first game of the year. Like
okay, so not
like
this upcoming Saturday, but yes.
Yeah, the following Saturday.
Yes, yeah.
And then they got a bye week, and then they got the home opener after that.
Correct.
This is exciting. Lot going on.
Lots going
on. And lots going on in the American Hockey League. To talk about that, we're going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team. Fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Always a pleasure to welcome Mark Letestu to the show. Mark, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Good to see you. Of course, you're going through your first season as the head coach of the Colorado Eagles, which we will talk about. We just had the live read. You've heard me do hundreds of those over the course of your life for Oil Country Towing. How was the winter there? Like, tell us what community you're in Colorado, and how was the winter?
We're about an hour north of Denver in the Loveland, kind of Windsor, Fort Collins area. We probably had snow on the ground for 8 days. So this was as mild a winter as I've been a part of in a long time. A lot of the ski hills here were disappointed with how much snow was up there, but it was warm. Honestly, it was a great winter. Obviously lots of good hockey, but as mild as I've been a part of in some time.
Okay, so geez, you shoveled less than in the Columbus area, which I wouldn't have expected going to Colorado. Well, good to see you. Thanks for doing this. It's nice we caught you with a little bit of a gap here between the series. You guys are going into the West Final against Chicago. I know you were higher up in your division, so you would have been favored to do okay in the playoffs. But just maybe tell us about putting it together here for the postseason and what's been the keys to kind of getting on a good run here.
Yeah, we've been a pretty strong team all year, near the top of the division. Ontario passed us kind of towards the end, but we've always had a veteran group. They've come close a few times trying to get over that hump, and for whatever reason, our game's kind of gone to another level when the postseason's come around. Our goaltending's on another level, and that's kind of, even you look at the teams that are remaining in the NHL playoffs, you can't get there without good goaltending, and we've been lucky. Got some bounces, and we've been relatively healthy. So a lot of those things going our way, that combined with the guys playing for each other, playing hard at the right time of the year, and finding a way to get some positive momentum in the right direction and kind of riding that wave.
So, look, obviously people know you and I have known each other a long time. So you've been on this journey. You become a head coach. We interviewed you last summer shortly after you got the job. Once you're like, there's sort of that moment where, okay, I'm doing this. You're running your first practice at training camp or whatever. Were you like, yeah, I'm going? Did you have a little bit of a pinch me moment, or like, geez, I'm the guy now? Like, take us back to those first few days when you're on the job with this team.
Well, and the good part is when I was in Cleveland, the head coach gave me a lot of responsibilities. So I had to run practice. I always go with the approach that what would I want as a player? I'm not that far removed from it. So as far as the direction and the pace and all that kind of stuff, I'm pretty confident in what I would want, what would help me. So honestly, the transition's been really seamless. I've always been comfortable speaking in front of people and trying to be as confident and put as much confidence in the group. And I've had a lot of good people around me, even Jared this year at the Avs camp, giving me some opportunity to have the floor and talk with the team and give me pointers and whatnot. So it's been a growing experience, but at no point have I felt overwhelmed. I've always had a staff to lean on, good people around me. And when it does feel like it's a little too much, it's nice to have them take the reins a little bit.
So in the American Hockey League, is there direction? Okay, the Avs play this way, so we got to play this way. Like, is it that explicitly communicated to you, or what sort of direction do you get? Like, hey, Mark, we want you to win games, but this guy was drafted here, here, and here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's always a balance. As far as the way we play, we go directly the same as the Avs, and I think that's. As a player, I didn't want to get to the NHL, get my opportunity, and have to learn the systems when I got there. I wanted to just be able to play and react. So I think by having the same systems, regardless of whether it fits the skill set we have, we want to put our players in the best position to play the best at the level they want to be. Nobody dreams of playing in the American Hockey League. They dream of performing in the NHL. So we want to make sure that when they're there, they perform and they stay. And as far as prospects and draft status, that all comes into play. Of course, we want our prospects to pop, and we want them to play well. But whether you get 500 games out of a first round pick or an undrafted free agent, it's still a success. So there still has to be attention paid to all players. Is it equal? No, but you try to treat the players fair. And sure, there's more opportunities given to sometimes guys that are drafted in different spots, but ultimately, if somebody earns an opportunity over and over and over again, they become undeniable. They're going to get those chances at the same rate.
Mark Letestu, Colorado Eagles head coach, joining us here on the Oil Country Towing Hotline. As you know, there's a head coaching vacancy here in Edmonton. And I was wondering, because, we've had you on, when you were with the Cleveland Monsters, and then, you got your head coaching job in Colorado. But what was that process like as coming from an assistant coach to the hiring process for becoming a head coach? Because, I'd like to think it's okay. You come in, you sit across the table from somebody and you say, well, Mark, how do you want to coach this team? What are your best skills as a leader? Like, is that how it goes? Or just give us a little bit of, I guess, your perspective and what you went through in the process of becoming that head coach.
Yeah, for me, obviously you make contact with a team or they make contact with you because they want to talk to you. There's something they see in you that makes a fit. My experience in the interview wasn't so much, X's and O's and this is how I'm going to build my team. It's more just who I am, how relatable I can be to players, what I believe in as far as a development path. But that was my experience going to an American Hockey League team where, yes, winning's important. It always is. I think winning's the best developer. I think right now to be in the conference finals for prospects is paramount to their development. The playing and developing and producing at this time of year proves everything for players. That's all coaches want is winners. So I think for our players to be in this situation, that it's most important. But there has to be development. There has to be extra skills and pushing in the gym. And so there's a lot of things that go into maybe a position here that would be much different than an NHL position where you're building out your staff and you're developing the way you want your club to play. And maybe it's suited to the personnel and foot speed and who you have there. So for me, you do sit down and they ask you how you're going to play, but more often than not, you just, in my experience, you're introducing yourself. And, in my experience, again, I feel like I can relate to everybody in the room. I was a guy that spent 3 years in the minors working my way up, had a nice long NHL career. And at the end, they told me I wasn't good enough and had to go back and be a mentor to some young players. So there's not a lot of guys in the room that I haven't been in their skates and can't look them in the eyes and have those difficult conversations that several coaches have had with me.
Mark, I love having you on because I get to ask you the questions that you hear me fumble around trying to answer from listeners sometimes. One of which is the role of the head coach in making sure his team is quote unquote ready to play. And I always say the coach should prepare the team tactically, emotionally. If you're in the NHL, the AHL, you're a grown man. You should know how you, but there might be time. Maybe you go through slumps where you don't have good first periods. I mean, when you were an Oiler under Todd, I think you guys had a half year where you almost never scored first and he had to step in. But how do you approach that role of the head coach of making sure his team is ready to go?
Well, you have to have them prepared. They need all the information possible, whether it's how a team forechecks or where pressure is coming from or the things that we want to do to accomplish success, right? You have to have that plan in place. But as far as a coach, I'm not impressed with effort. To me, it's a prerequisite. Working hard is not something that we should, celebrate. It should just be the expectation where we work hard. And a lot of players being ready. I take a little bit of responsibility in just about everything. When they don't start right, there is obviously responsibility in that, but I lean on my leaders. I talk to my leadership group constantly. Probably every 3 to 4 weeks we're in here and we're talking. And even now I'm basically stepping out of the way as a coach. They're running the room. They're running the team. They're driving things. Obviously I'm, suggesting adjustments and maybe tactics, the way we're going to play or how we forecheck or little things to look for on the ice. But my leaders are in control of the room, and I think it's my job to empower them so they feel they have a voice, that it is theirs to run, that when we get to this time of year, they get all the credit for where we are.
All right. A couple more for you. Thanks for being so generous with your time. What are you looking at here? Good matchup with Chicago. Just a thought on them and what you guys are going to have to do here to make the league final.
They're a talented group. They've got a goaltender now that's been in the conference finals. This will be his third year in a row. We're going to have to go get him. And that's always a chore here at times. They get a really good forward group. They play a lot like their parent club in Carolina. Heavy forecheck, a lot of speed. We're going to have to be sharp. They went 3-1 against us in the regular season, so we've got some film at least to break down and see where our success, some shortcomings, as you'd say. But we're really focused on us, though. Honestly, we believe that if we're playing right, the way we're built, the way we're structured, that the team should have to chase us. And right now, as I said, playoffs can be a lot about momentum. we've got it rolling in the right direction. So again, I'm trying to step out of the way and let the boys play a little bit. And if we can keep riding things, we'll be all right.
All right. Because we were texting and I was looking for your email to send you the link, so I had to go back to last year's conversations. And after one of the times you were on, you said, thanks for having me. I'm sure your ratings went through the roof in Elk Point. Did you make it back there every year anymore? I mean, I'm sure there's still family around there. What's your relationship now with the old hometown?
It's always home. My parents now moved to Sherwood Park, so they're in the big city, so to speak. But my in-laws are still in Elk Point. Still get back there every so often. But the playoff run like this and moving the family, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. But being out west, same time zone, it's a little closer for mom and dad to come this way. And when we're not getting a lot of snow in the winter, they're happy to come south.
Well, still one of my favorite segments was when Father's Day week we had you, and is it Garth, your dad?
Garth is, yeah.
I don't even know if I told Jay this. Mark and his dad came into studio and did an hour with me, part of leading up to. Well, I didn't know they're in Sherwood Park now. They got to come take a tour of we're just in the West End. They can just fire across on the Yellowhead, and we can give them a tour here of Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm sure they would like that.
Oh, they'd love it. Yeah. Garth, any airtime he gets, he'd be thrilled.
Oh, yeah. Well, get him on. Garth is probably one guy who's seen me the whole way. Because he would have been watching me do your highlights when you were playing for St. Paul. So he'd love to stop by. Mark, we thank you for doing this. Love having you on the show. Great that the team is doing well. All the best. I might as well just tell this now. If you win the title, obviously we're going to bug you again. So let's hope for that, okay?
We'll see it then.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks, Mark. See you down the line.
Appreciate you guys.
Mark Letestu checking in now, the head coach of the Colorado Eagles. He's a great story. I mean, look, everybody knows Mark and I have known each other a while because I covered him in Junior B and in the AJHL. He was in St. Paul in Junior B and then in Bonneville Pontiac. And then, obviously we crossed path again with the Oilers and we stay in touch. But, I mean, he's a great story. We love great stories. I mean, Elk Point is not a huge place. Mm-hmm. He's in the plays in the NHL, assistant coach in the AHL. Head coach in the AHL. He's only 40. I mean, he could be. I don't know if he can still hear us. He's probably like, slow down, Reid. But that's a path to be on an NHL bench in some capacity.
Sure.
At some point, right? So that's pretty cool. Any big takeaway from that interview? Because a couple things that stuck with me.
Yeah, for sure. For me, what stuck out was you said his story. And how he can look every player in the eye and say, no, I know what you're going through.
Right.
I mean, that connection would mean so much and be so valuable to those players that are coming through that Eagles organization. I just, those things don't happen, don't just happen because that happened for a reason. For him to be in that place, in that role. And I'm so happy for them and him to be having that success. But that really stuck out for me. And it makes sense. When you have a player that's going up and down and up and down, well, you're not always going to get the love you think you might get at the NHL level, but at least at the AHL level, you'll have somebody that's real with you, which is generally hard to find. You go through your pro career and you're the greatest, you're the best, you're going to become this person. Yep. Well, sometimes you just got to slow your roll and just listen to somebody that's been there.
Yeah. Well, and Mark's role. He said it. He was not a star in the NHL, as we know, but he crafted out a pretty good career. And then he kind of said, then they told me I wasn't good enough, so I had to do something else. But, we talk about that, and we've been talking about this with an Oilers capacity, like what kind of a head coach do the Oilers need? And Gager and I did that on two guys last week. Is it easier for Talk and Brindamore to sell what they're saying? Because the players can look on HockeyDB and be like, oh, that many points?
Sure.
Oh, wow. And then, with Mark, he's like, hey, I was you 15 years ago. Like I was in the AHL and I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And here's some of the struggles I had. Maybe if I tell you this, it can help you along the way. So that's a good takeaway. I loved what he said too about having players ready for games, and that he said we don't celebrate effort.
Effort is a prerequisite.
You're a pro. You're a pro
too.
Athlete. Working hard shouldn't be celebrated. You shouldn't have to go into the dressing room after the first period and be like, hey, did you guys see Coob? I mean, that's for 8-year-olds, right?
Mhm.
Like that's when they're thinking about the Captain Underpants books or the Goosebumps books we were talking about in the first hour of the show. That's for kids. Like, oh, hey, good job, guys. I didn't hear anybody mention what movies they're going to watch on the weekend during the bench. No, you're in the American Hockey League.
No,
Mark's not patting you on the head for beating out an icing, or winning a battle along the wall. That's required.
No, that's stuck out for sure, because that is just such a beautiful thing. A statement that just, oh, wow, that makes so much sense. Yeah, it's not, effort is a prerequisite.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, well, and that's like, and I don't know if you would tell the team that or just communicate it along the way, just by your actions and who plays and who doesn't, but that's kind of a good standard. Like, because you got to assume the opponent works hard.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to inspire you to work hard. I shouldn't have to inspire you to try.
Captain Steve in the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. If there was only a local hockey team that will be looking to hire an up-and-coming assistant coach this summer, hint, hint, faux farm boy.
Would the Avalanche give permission to talk to him?
I mean, wouldn't that be something full circle?
That'd be incredible.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Faux Farm Boy says, I grew up in Elk Point. Great place to grow up. Wouldn't want to live there now.
Well, fair enough. I'm not sure what that means. But.
Yeah, we should get Garth in. We should do we should have him on. We could have him on for Father's Day.
And interview Mark.
And have Mark on with him.
We could see how it worked out. You never know.
That'd be fun.
But it is a great story. I don't know if Mark's going to wind up on the Oilers staff. But again, it wouldn't. If you look how he's proceeded here, it would not surprise me if he's on an NHL bench.
Well, he's on you could say he's on that trajectory.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen this summer.
Right.
Or, I mean, I wouldn't sit here and put a time on it. But well, if you're an AHL head coach, you should be in line. You're the first in line for the next step. Right? Even if it's not to be an AHL head coach, certainly be an assistant.
Yep.
So. Yeah, you got to keep that in mind for sure. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. So, yeah, I want to remind you, because we got the announcement today, Collective Soul is coming to the venue at River Cree July 28th. Okay, July 28th, doors at 7. The show is going to be at 8. Tickets start at $79.99 plus GST and service charges. You want to go to... Oh, sorry. The general tickets go on sale on Friday. Friday, May 29th. You go to Ticketmaster.ca, look for the Collective Soul at the venue at River Cree, and you can find all that stuff. 780-218-9999. All right. Great to have Mark Letestu on the show. Shawn Belle's coming up at the top of the hour. We're going to get into the Oil Understood, and we'll have my Mandalorian and Grogu movie review a little bit later on as well. Here comes the Coob with the Sports Update.
Colorado is up against the wall, down 3-0 to Vegas. Nathan McKinnon will play for the Avalanche, while Valerie Nichushkin is a game-time decision. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie Blackwood in between the pipes for the Avalanche. Vegas likely to give Carter Hart the start. From Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract extension to stay with the Penguins for his 21st NHL season. Out west, it's the Memorial Cup continuing. Kitchener and Chicoutimi play at 7 o'clock. The Rangers were in action last night, beating Everett 6-2. And over to the NBA West Finals, the Spurs Thunder, they tip off at 6:30 in a dead-even series entering Game 5 tonight. MLB action, Toronto and Miami go toe-to-toe for Game 2 of their 3-game series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue and will start on the bench. First pitch just after 5 o'clock. Braden Fisher on the bump for the Jays. One game's live right now in the majors. Nationals Guardians runless midway through the first, and warming up, the Rays and Orioles are about to battle. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. Doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff. Get your single game tickets today and be there for every hit, catch, and touchdown. Lock in your seats now at goelks.com/tickets. More with Reid Wilkins, Jay Milne on the other side of the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
TSN's Craig Button joining us.
I've just been out riding the bike, spending some time. We're going to go for a hike tomorrow and just trying to get outdoors and get out on a kayak. And
you'll be better than Dustin.
I do kayak, Dave, and it doesn't take much to be better than Dustin. I mean, all you got to really do is stay afloat, and you're already better than Dustin. So
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Oh, hey, Cooper, we back?
We're more than back. We're
That's
here.
outstanding. Is this... Did we read... Oh, no, we read that one already. You read that one. We have so many Dustin Nielsen limericks. I got to keep them all straight. Here's the one from Tube Socks. I don't think we read this one. No. So we every day on the show, most days, we give... Well, every day we like getting limericks. That just has become a thing on the show. And we've started giving people a topic to help guide their creative energy if they want to use it. So today's topic is Dustin Nielsen, because he called this fight at the Memorial Cup.
Vaughn squaring off against McNeil. And they'll wait patiently now, a couple of lefts. In the right, they're going to go back and forth. Look at this. Haymakers being thrown here at the Memorial Cup. Now they'll tie it up quickly. Helmet pops off, and they're still going to go. Left coming from it. And now left the other way. They're going to change hands with some rights. What is happening? This is an excellent tilt. And finally, the linesman will step in. Wow.
All right. So we've had a few really good limericks already. Tube Socks There was once a paddler named Dusty whose taste buds were stubborn and crusty. In Kelowna, he'd float with snacks packed in the boat, chicken tenders his culinary luxury. Pretty
Nice.
good. Almost every limerick has mentioned chicken tenders or fingers.
Yes. As they should.
Do you have Ronnie Ocean fronts?
Nope.
I'll do it. There was once a host named Dusty whose food takes were horribly crusty. No greens, no sardines. Keep your healthy cuisines. While LeBron posters made his room lusty. First LeBron reference.
Wow.
I think I'm caught up unless you have some more. I'm sure we'll get more coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Good to have Mark Letestu on the show. Shawn Belle is going to join us at 5 o'clock. Of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can post in the nasty chat and give us a thumbs up if you have not already. It's a weird season for thumbs. We only got 55. Oh, we only have. Sorry, Sammy Hagar. How many thumbs do we have? 55. And we want to get 155. So
we must
start with 100. Let's. Oh, you want the song again? Click the thumbs up.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
It's time for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. All right, so let's talk about the Worlds quickly, and then we'll get into some NHL and Oilers stuff. But because we do have Oilers playing in the Worlds and on Team Canada, so Team Canada won today, right? Weren't they down 2-0?
Yep.
And then got the win. It ended 3-2, right, Coop? Because the empty netter got called off.
Yeah, Dylan Cousins was found offside on the 4-2
Crosby was
dagger.
bringing the puck in, and it was just offside. Wasn't it? Yeah, Crosby, because Crosby passed it to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but Canada wins. So Canada's going to play. What was Canada's record?
They were 5-1-0-0. So 5 regulation wins, 1 overtime victory entering the game, leading Group B.
So they got 17 out of 18 points. Is that how it goes? Because you only they got the 3-2-1-0. Okay. So anyway, Canada's going to play the States in a couple days. They had 6 wins. 1 overtime win.
Oh, entering the game.
So 20 out of 20. Yeah, right. They added the 6th win today. So actually Canada's pool was Canada, Norway was second, then Czechia, and then Sweden. And the other pool was Switzerland, who are the hosts, Finland, Latvia, and then the United States. So Canada crossing over to play the States. So Jay and I were watching this today. And I said, it's the World Championships when it's got the car in the corner.
And I didn't even look, right? Because I was doing something on my computer and I said, yeah, Skoda. What is Skoda? I didn't look into this.
Well, that's the brand. I looked up a little bit, and then you said don't look up anything else.
All right.
So
Skoda.
I believe it's a Czechian auto manufacturer, is it not?
A prominent Czech automobile manufacturer. Founded in 1895. This was acquired by the Volkswagen Group in 2000. Has anybody here driven a Skoda?
That's what I want to know. Because it's always Skoda at the World Championships. Right?
And how big is Skoda?
Well, apparently pretty big.
That is the vehicle.
They could afford to put an ornamental car in the corner of the rink.
I once heard a story at a Christmas dinner somebody who drove a Skoda all over Europe, and it was just a banged up piece of work. The car shouldn't have functioned, shouldn't have even been on the road, but somehow they finagled something together, took duct tape, whatever you needed, glued it all together, and put it on the road. Apparently these things are tanks, though, from what I hear.
But they look
first-hand experience.
They look like a Ford. They look like a Ford line of cars. I'm looking at all the Skoda cars available. They've got the Skoda Elrock, the Skoda Kodiaq, I mean, yeah, they've got the small SUV, they've got the larger SUV, they've got the minivan looking thing, they've got a sedan.
Are you going to order a car off the website?
Yeah, they look
I might.
Chevrolet-ish.
Like, I want to see a Skoda in Edmonton. Like, you know, maybe we could start a dealership, Reid.
Skoda vehicles are not officially sold in North America. It says if you're looking to get behind the wheel of a Skoda in North America, you have to import a classic. Vehicles that are 15 to 25 years or older can be legally imported without meeting federal motor vehicle safety standards. Or you can go to Europe. No,
so
Skoda
I couldn't ship a new Skoda over here if I wanted to?
I guess not.
It's a wholly owned subsidiary of the Volkswagen Group.
Right.
Yes.
But they did sell in Canada from 84 to 90, it says here on a Facebook page. So
Skoda
must be accurate.
Yeah, must be real.
Must be accurate if it's on Facebook.
So Skoda failed in Canada.
Or they just decided not to stay.
Maybe there's too much
But I
competition.
feel like if you're a hockey fan, you like Jay was saying, you know about Skoda because you've seen the car in the corner at the Worlds. Hey, there's a Skoda. Oh, yeah, where do you get one of those? I have no idea. Well, now you know. You got to go to Czechia, I guess. Or at
like,
least go to
how
Europe.
much do they pay for that car to be there, too? Because it's not like it's behind, you know, it's in the corners, taking up probably, 30 seats?
Oh, probably.
It'll be hundreds of dollars.
Okay, this is what the Google search says. Because they are not sold locally, you can only acquire a Skoda in Canada by importing one. Under Canadian regulations, you are only allowed to import foreign vehicles if they are at least 15 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it says. So if you see someone driving around in a new Skoda in Castle Downs, that person's done something shady.
Castle Downs getting some heat. Why would you not be able to import a new
Well, now
vehicle?
this is a whole other topic.
Well, yeah. But why? What's the point of that?
Some of them are now, I guess, if they're older than 15 years old, they're seen as like collector vehicles. I don't know.
I think it's because of the regulations. I think that once it's a certain age, it's like, well, it probably wouldn't meet the regulations anyway because it's older, so you can just bring it in. I think that's how I understand.
Like emissions regulations?
Well, whatever the standards are, I guess. Huh. Les Sweet says, did Gretzky ever win a Skoda? That's a good question. He won about every other type of vehicle.
We should look at opening a Skoda dealership.
Skoda dealership. We could do our show from there.
And we could do, it could be Skoda/EST.
Edmonton Skoda Talk.
Edmonton Skoda Talk.
Yeah.
We could do this little side venture. So anyway, just something humorous we found from the World Championships. Crosby's playing great, eh?
Yeah.
And Malkin signed a new contract today for a year.
The 5.5 AAV?
Yeah, 1 year for Malkin, 5.5. Where do you think... Okay, random. I know it's a tough question, but just I'll let you bark out an answer. Where do you think Evgeny Malkin ranks all-time regular season points in the NHL?
Oh. Like all time?
Yeah, where would he rank?
Regular season points.
Yeah.
28th.
He's 23rd.
Really?
Good job. He has 1,407 points in 1,269 games. Still had 61 points in 56 games this past season. So even Crosby still going strong. Crosby looks incredible. Those a couple passes to Celebrini today. It's just
I think Gage asked that question. Would that be somewhere that Sidney Crosby would finish off his career? In San Jose. With young Macklin Celebrini, who they play fantastic hockey together. It's like they know where the other person's going. Like they're really well connected. But Crosby, Reid, Crosby is a beast.
Yeah.
Crosby's mucking it up in the corners. Yeah. He's ripping guys' helmets off, and he's making the plays. Like that guy is putting Canada on their back. Like they don't come back in that game and win without Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
No way.
No, he's not just the elder statesman, just like, hey kids, you go do everything. I'm just here if you need me. No, he's driving it.
You want to see a leader on the ice? Hey, boys, follow me.
So your question is, what would it take Crosby to not finish his career with the Penguins? Because he's got a year left.
Yeah.
And then maybe does he keep signing 1 or 2 year deals with the Penguins? Or does he go somewhere else? I mean, maybe that's a big what if. It might depend how the Sharks do this upcoming season.
I would be hard pressed to buy that Sidney Crosby would leave Pittsburgh for 1 year at the end of his career to chase a cup.
And I don't think, is San Jose going to be a cup favorite in 12 months? It's 18 months?
They're moving in the right direction, but yeah, to say they're one of the top 5 teams in the NHL, I don't think they're there yet.
No, of course not.
Well, they moved up again in the draft lottery too. So I don't know. I mean, by then, I don't think...
Are they picking second?
Are they picking... Yeah, wait, hold on. I'll have to check
who got the second lottery? Pretty sure the team in Toronto got the first pick.
Yeah. Do you guys see the reaction to that? William Nylander?
San Jose got the second pick.
They got second pick. Yeah, they moved up.
Sure they did. Sheesh Edit says it's because to protect the Canadian auto industry, Jay, that's why Chinese EVs are actually a huge deal, and if anyone following is making the U.S. super mad. But then, they sell BMWs here.
Right, but I think that...
They sell Volkswagens here.
But I think those are... if you have a dealership, I think it's different than just you, Jason Milne, importing a car yourself to drive. I'm just going to order a Skoda online and get it sent over.
So if you buy a BMW, isn't it sent over?
But you'd go to a BMW dealership in Edmonton, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm talking about stuff I don't know. I'm just trying to think of it logically. I don't really know. But Skoda does not have dealerships in Canada, right?
Right.
So therefore, you couldn't go shopping for a Skoda.
But we could open a dealership.
Well, you'd have to open a dealership, sure.
Yeah, let's go to the dealership.
Let's open a dealership.
We could do that. We absolutely could do that, Jay. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Why wait for a good time? Started early at the Canadian Brewhouse. Happy hour runs Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Deals starting at $3.99. Your couch can't compete with the Canadian Brewhouse. All right, here's the Coop. Shawn Belle coming up at 5.
Vegas is betting on themselves of 3-0 on the Avalanche entering Game 4, looking for the sweep tonight. Nathan McKinnon, good to go for Colorado, while Valerie Nichushkin is a game-time decision. They battle at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie Blackwood in between the pipes for the Avalanche. Vegas likely to give Carter Hart the start from Pittsburgh. Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract extension to stay with the Penguins for his 21st NHL season. And out west, it's the Memorial Cup continuing. Kitchener and Chicoutimi drop the puck 7 o'clock. The Rangers were in action last night, beating Everett 6-2. And to the NBA West Finals, the Spurs challenge the Thunder, locking horns at 6:30. That series dead even entering Game 5. MLB action, Toronto-Miami go toe-to-toe for Game 2 of their series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue and will start on the bench for his second game in a row. First pitch just after 5. Braden Fisher on the bump for Toronto with 4 games underway right now. Top of the second, the Nats with a 2-0 lead on the Guardians. And top of the first, the Rays getting up 1-0 on the Orioles. At that same time, the Cubs and Pirates are battling in a scoreless game. This sports update is brought to you by Say the Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at saythereidsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, the Reid Wilkins Show returns after the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
The EST Hangout.
Yeah, your generation just, you guys don't. Yeah. You guys just, they're focused on a couple things. Our generation was great. Millennials are the best. We just are. We listen to everything. You want to throw on some classical? Sure, why not? I'll listen to blues even. Sure, why not? We'll listen to it all. We've played outside. Shout out to all the millennials out there. Round of clicks for us. We're the best.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
Hey sports fans, I'm Alistair Johnston with Canada Soccer. The biggest sporting event in the world is coming to Canada this summer, and we hope that you're just as excited as we are. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I can't wait to share it with the whole country.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Canada Soccer.
Okay, good to have you tuning in this afternoon. What do we got tonight? Blue Jays starting in a few minutes. Avs. Golden Knights. Did you lose your cord? We'll get it at 5. I'm tired. I sprinted back to the studio. I'm all tired. Oh. I ran 8K on Saturday.
That's good.
It felt good. Well, I felt tired. So I went. I did a couple. I guess they weren't like hills like Gerson Hill, but they were inclines. I was a little tuckered after the second
that'll
one.
take it out of you.
Yeah.
For sure. I've got to up my running. I hurt my back.
Yeah.
And then I tweaked my hammy at flag football practice, running routes on 12-year-olds.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I just got to get back into I got to be running 3 days a week.
Because do you still want to do the half marathon?
I don't know. When you talk about it and you get me all excited, I do. But I don't know.
Would you like to do the 10K? Or would you like to do nothing? We're talking about the race in August, everybody.
Well, I'm going to see how the next, say, month goes. If by the end of June I feel like, I'm in it, I'm committed, then I'll probably sign up.
Okay.
I could do the 10K tomorrow.
Yeah, I might not feel great, but I could do it.
Yeah,
I'd like to train more.
Wouldn't be setting records or personal bests.
Right.
But I could get through it.
Sunday, August 16th.
Oh, I'm busy that day.
Are you really?
No.
So how many months is that away still? Still 2.5. No,
that's like...
It's almost 3.
Almost 3.
Yeah, and that's nigh on 3 months.
On 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, my running's been going pretty well. I've pretty much been running twice a week. I will say the outdoor running and having elevation changes really helps you improve. It's a lot better than the treadmill.
Yeah, I can't run in circles. Like I tried doing the running at the track out at Ardrossan at the rec center.
Right.
It's terrible, boring.
I can do it, but it's nice running outside.
Do it, but it sucks.
I'll go for a run either tomorrow or Thursday morning, I think.
I'm going tomorrow morning.
And then I'll do some. But tomorrow I'll probably just do 5K because I still got to be careful here.
Yeah, tomorrow I would like to. I'll do 5K tomorrow as well. How about that?
Yeah, that's good. Then we can come in
Because
and
I can't.
tell everybody about
I'm
it.
not going to the workout tomorrow because I got to be here for 11 for the lock shop.
Oh, because you're doing the lock shop. Yeah.
Let's hammer the thumbs up, Reid. There's thumb fatigue.
There is thumb fatigue. People were good, especially during the Oilers season, hitting those thumbs. No reason to stop now. We keep doing this every day. We love doing it. And we do have the oil understood here for GCL Diesel. Also can tell you portions of this hour presented by Lamley's. Built for the job, made with quality craftsmanship and designed for job protection with cowboy-worthy durability. Lamley's workwear combines safety with all-day comfort, featuring brands like Ariat Work and Wrangler Rigs. Designed to withstand tough conditions and deliver performance across every job site. Visit lamleys.com/work to see how Lamleys can make your workday better.
LAMMLES.
Hearing that jingle makes my workday better. All right, so what's going on here? The Oilers don't have a coach, if you're just tuning in. So what's the deal with Laviolette? He's had talks with the LA Kings?
Yeah, he's preliminary talks.
Preliminary talks. So makes me think he's probably going to be the coach.
Well, usually when reports like this come out, it's probably further along than you or I would know.
Sure,
right? And we talked to Mark Letestu there, and he said it's not really about the X's and O's. They know about you. They know the style of coach
right
that you are.
And especially a guy like Laviolette.
Laviolette, they would know.
It's all like, so Pete, how will you handle this situation?
It's probably more or less, hey, you got it in you? Do you want to do it?
Right.
Here's the roster.
Yeah.
What do you think you could do here?
Right.
It's not so much a job interview per se as it is an information session.
Yeah, I
would
think
gather.
so, especially when they're that established.
Yeah, Peter Laviolette reportedly had preliminary discussion with a couple of teams, including the Kings.
Doesn't say who the other team is. Maybe it's the Edmonton Oilers. And Cassidy still isn't allowed to talk. He must sit alone in his room at the Venetian.
The extent of Laviolette's talks with the Kings, this is from the Hockey News, along with other teams, remains unknown. And this is a mystery.
So let me ask you this. And maybe you guys talked about this yesterday when I was away, but I'll bring it up. Does this take some of the shine off Bruce Cassidy that the Golden Knights are likely going to go to the Stanley Cup final and they've only lost, 4 games since Tortorella took over? Does this change anybody's perception of Cassidy?
It doesn't change mine, Reid, because he had a great deal of success with Las Vegas. That was a good team for many years.
Yeah.
The shine wore off and they needed a new sergeant to come in and bark out orders and that the team would listen and respond. Because by all accounts, it was pretty bad in Las Vegas in terms of coach-player relations.
Right.
Prior to the firing of Bruce Cassidy. The relieving of duties of Bruce Cassidy. Does that make him a bad coach for a team like the Edmonton Oilers that need something right now? I don't think so. Because here's the thing, Reid. Fire off 5 other options that would be better suited or have more of a track record, a good proven track record than a head coach like Bruce Cassidy.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question, but Cassidy won a Stanley Cup. So I think to say, he must not be a very good coach because now Tortorella's winning with them. Cassidy won with them. It just reached the end of its lifespan, as it does with a lot of coaches.
Sure.
And in hockey, that usually happens before they hit 3 years. So, no, this doesn't necessarily take the shine off Cassidy for me. But it makes me feel like when it goes sour with Cassidy, it'll really go sour. Because clearly you can say Vegas was underachieving this year under Cassidy. So again, if the Oilers wind up hiring Cassidy, he will be here 3 years maximum, I would think. He'll get a 3-year deal. Maximum, yeah. He'll get a 3-year deal. He'll coach McDavid for 2, maybe just 1, say 2. And then we'll see if he coaches beyond that.
But this, look, it's a what have you done for me lately league.
Yes.
It's quickly getting more and more like that. Like this is from, I just Googled Bednar head coach. First article that shows up from 1 day ago. Would a conference final sweep put Jared Bednar on the hot seat? Right? He's been there since 2016.
So this is the life of an NHL coach.
This is just the way it is.
Like Jared Bednar would be considered a current top 3 NHL coach, assuming Cooper's 1.
What if the Avalanche let him go? Well, that would be the highest regarded coach available.
That's a good point.
Right? But would the Avalanche do that?
You wouldn't think so. Or would it be like, hey, we won a cup with him. Since then, we haven't done as well. We just won the President's Trophy this year, and we, got swept against a team we thought we should have beat. Is it time for a change?
I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that thought.
I don't either.
Like, I think it takes a little bit of time.
But what's one of the easiest things to do? Change the coach.
Right.
But this is interesting that Bednar is being discussed as like being on the hot seat if they lose the game tonight. In a series in which Cale Makar, has missed 2 games?
He missed the first 2 games.
And is not 100%, and now McKinnon's probably not 100%.
And let's, has the goaltending been up to snuff?
No, because I say this all the time. The lumberyard is good, but not great.
Well, Reid, but that's the thing. You got to look at this in relation to discussions that we had here about this Edmonton Oilers team. And, but look what they did in Colorado. They cleaned house and brought in 2 backup goaltenders, and look what they're doing.
They're playing like backups.
They won the President's Trophy. Okay,
no,
regular season's one thing. Playoffs is another. Right? So, but is that Bednar's fault? Is the fact that Martin Necas is not playing up to his caliber thus far in the playoffs, is that his fault?
Probably not, but again...
Well, the thing
maybe a different voice changes it.
Well, here's the thing that
maybe
really
Bednar can't get through to them anymore.
Here's the thing that really said to me that, if you look at everything that you're seeing from Colorado, Bednar actually might be on the hot seat if they get swept. Because don't forget, and it's not like he doesn't have a special teams coach, but their power play for such a awesome team is subpar.
Very, very last
poor.
Most of this season.
I think it's 11%.
Yeah.
In the playoffs? It's the worst in the playoffs.
Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca or the Play Alberta website, or the app. You go to playalberta.ca or the app. Look for EST specials. What's your play of the day?
Head on over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. It's Jay's play of the day. Oh, it's actually Jay's play the day. Jay's play the day.
PF, not OF?
Not OF. Colorado Avalanche to win. Nathan McKinnon 1 or more points, and Cale Makar 1 or more points.
So you think the Avs stay alive? They might.
I think they could probably pull one out. Reid, they were up 3-0 in the first period against Vegas. Now, credit to Vegas. They came back. But if you just take a little bit more accountability defensively for the Colorado Avalanche, I think they can win a game. Can they come back and win the series? I don't think so.
Yeah, probably not.
Boosted to plus 145, playalberta.ca. And don't forget, playalberta.ca/EST. You might want to check it out.
Yeah, I would encourage people to check that out. Got a limerick from Library Pat. Dustin is sure trending up in Kelowna to broadcast the Cup. Won't go for a hike. LeBron he sure like. On chicken, not seafood, he'll sup. We've got very good limericks on Dustin Nielsen today. All right, we got to do the 5 o'clock break. We just got another limerick coming in. We'll get to that one later. We'll save it for the final hour. Shawn Belle when we get back.
Two guys and a goalie.
Hire it or fire it. The Avalanche should have a coaching change. LOL.
I'm going to say fire it.
Fire it,
But
yes.
it's interesting to say fire it when we were talking yesterday, and it seemed like maybe it would have been discussed if the Avs bowed out in the first round. And then maybe the second.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
The Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for any scenario. You finished work early? Happy hour. You finished work because you accidentally hit reply all to the entire company? Big happy hour. Your boss said great job? Happy hour. Your boss said per my last email. Ugh, emergency happy hour. You finally closed the big deal. Happy hour. With a huge selection of ice cold drinks and great food, the Canadian Brewhouse has a happy hour for whatever just happened at work. The Canadian Brewhouse. Your day just got happier.
It doesn't start on game day. It starts before kickoff, before the first snap, before the noise, before everyone else. This is Edmonton football. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Every hit, catch, and touchdown. Season seats, flex packs, groups, single games. There's a way in for everyone. Edmonton Elks. Our city, our year. Get your seats now at goelks.com/tickets.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Alda Nova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it. Some of us are walking, others are biking. Together, we are accelerating the pace of MS research breakthroughs. This May, join Sentinel Storage at an MS Walk in your community. Sentinel Storage, proud partner of MS Canada.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
The Brooms are ready in Vegas with the Knights up 3-0 on the Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon is good to go for Colorado. Valerie Nichushkin has a game-time decision. They hit the ice at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie Blackwood starting for the Avalanche. Vegas likely to go with Carter Hart. From Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin has signed a one-year, $5.5 million contract extension to stay with the Penguins for his 21st NHL season. Out west, the Memorial Cup sees Kitchener and Chicoutimi play at 7. The Rangers were in action last night, beating Everett 6-2. Over to the NBA West Finals, the Spurs and Thunder lock horns at 6:30. That series dead even entering Game 5. To the MLB, Toronto and Miami go toe-to-toe momentarily for Game 2 of their series. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue and will start on the bench. First pitcher up, it's Brandon Fisher on the bump for Toronto. With a handful of games already underway, top of the second, the Pirates smacking the Cubs 5-0. And top of the third, the Nationals have a 4-0 lead over the Guardians. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. The third and final hour of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, thanks a lot for tuning in this afternoon. He is Jason Milne. I'm Reid Wilkins. Sorry, I cut you off there. Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. We're having a good time today. We had Mark Letestu on the show, head coach of the Colorado Eagles. They are in the West Final in the American Hockey League against Chicago. That starts in a couple of days. Elks training camp continuing. They have a preseason game. What is that, Friday at 7 at Clark? Now, we're going. Are we in some sort of special media section? Do we know yet?
Would you like to know more about the media booth that they have there?
Is it just like a corner of the stands? Well, if it's in those temporary stands, I'm too chicken crap to go up there.
It is right in the grandstand of Clark Stadium. There's the press box.
Yeah, okay.
Now that's going to be reserved for the teams to use. But just outside of that, on the south end of that, they put up temporary scaffolding and have come out above some seats to make a bit of a platform.
Really?
How
are we going to get up there?
You just walk up there.
Oh, you don't have to climb?
They're in the seats. But they just have eaten into some seats.
Okay. Put Bellezy on because he'll be here for this story. So 2007. This is one of the last big things I did in Lloyd. I did play-by-play for the Border Kings winning the Allen Cup. I've told this on air before, but the spot they had for the play-by-play people was behind one of the nets. But to the left of the goalie. And they just put platforms there. It wasn't like scaffolding exactly. It was almost like you were standing on tables. And so you were like above the height of the boards. And there was one plug-in. Do you remember those old Pepsi clocks, like the analog Pepsi clocks? Yeah. It came down. It went in one of the plug, and I had all my equipment into like a power bar, and that was plugged into the other one. So I was like behind a net. So when the Border Kings had the puck, I was fine because I could tell the guys by their stature and their body shape and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was the other team coming towards me, and I couldn't see the numbers. Like it was a lot of delaying until Whitby's going to work it out to center. 3 of them through the neutral zone. That's Stevens down the left-hand side. He'll shoot it in, and Whitby will try to get the forecheck going. You try to not say the names as much as possible. Anyway, Bells, I don't know why you thought you'd like that story, but thought I'd bring you in for it. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I do like that story because I guess I'm curious. Like, were people sitting behind you while this was happening?
No, there was no seat. It was one of those rinks. There was only seating on the one side.
Oh,
so
okay.
even the benches, there weren't fans. I don't think there were fans on that side. It was one of those.
Okay.
What's the arena in Stony Plain? Grant Feuer's in Spruce, right?
Yeah.
No. Oh, it's
The
Glen
Fear-
Hall.
the Fears
Was it
in
the Glen Hall one in
Well,
Stony?
it now is, for sure.
Yeah, this was almost 20 years ago. But that's a good question, Halsey. No, or Bellezy. There was no Halsey. I'm telling you that there was. But the reason
Get this guy some Tony Romas.
they told me they wouldn't put me in the stands because they said I'd be blocking the view of people, and I said no. I was promised I would have a spot at the top of a section, and they're like, "Well, we got standing room." And I was like, well,
and this is why I was asking the question, because I was like, are you basically just showing your ass off to everybody? Because like that would have been a sight to see.
Well, it was wearing
I decided
pants.
to buy a ticket to a playoff game, and I got Reid Wilkins' ass the whole time.
Bellezy, to be honest, prime Reid Wilkins 20 years ago, that might have sold the place out.
Do you remember?
Hey, they're only human.
No, he'd be older than you, Bellezy. But what was the guy's name? Was it not Jason Allison? Because there was an Oilers draft pick that never panned out, and he played. There was a team in the tournament called the Halifax Molson Canadiens. Guess who their sponsor was? They weren't the Halifax Canadiens. What was his last name or first name? Oh, I got to look this up quickly on the fly. Sorry,
I got a feeling there's a lot of Oiler draft picks that didn't pan out, unfortunately.
That's a fair comment.
Oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
Scott Allison.
Oh, okay.
Scott Allison. He was drafted back in 1990, 17th overall out of PA. Never played in the AHL, played pro until 05, and then was in the 07 Allen Cup, I think with the Halifax Molson Canadiens.
Okay.
Anyway, that was a great tournament. Well, how you doing, buddy? How was your trip?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm hurting a little bit today still. 22 guys.
Where were
going
you?
Down to Scottsdale. I was in Scottsdale.
Okay.
And the best way I can describe that was just 22 guys acting like meatheads, having way too many beverages.
Did you golf?
No.
Okay. Did you go to any
Played a little
sporting
hockey,
events?
though.
Oh, under what circumstances?
Well, part of the trip, it started as actually a hockey tournament. So the guys that I went with, they started this thing like 15, 20 years ago. And it started as a tournament. And they'd go do these tournaments down in the States. And I think it was in Vegas for like 10 years. And then they always had a pool party to kind of end the trip off. So they'd make the finals. Sometimes they would play in that finals. Sometimes they wouldn't play in that particular final, depending what the pool party looked like. So it's now evolved into just more or less shinny because, there's some hot-blooded gentlemen on our team. And usually when you combine alcohol and hot-bloodedness with a bunch of guys that, may or may not think it's a Stanley Cup, it's a recipe for disaster. So now we just play against each other. So we landed on Thursday, and I'm pretty sure I was drunk because we cracked our first beer at 9 a.m. And I'm going to tell you, playing hockey drunk, it's not that easy.
All right. Well,
who knew?
Yeah. Well, who knew indeed? Well,
Go figure.
Sounds like a fun weekend, I guess.
Yeah.
You found ice.
Yeah. I did. We found ice. We were at Mullet Arena, so that was nice, actually.
Oh, you played in an NHL caliber rink.
We did, and I literally cannot believe that was an NHL rink. Like, that is honestly, it's so disgraceful. I can't even believe I saw that. Awesome, building for NCAA, awesome for junior, but the fact that this thing was an NHL building, man.
Was it Cassian that said that when we had him on? Some of the games it was all Leafs fans or all Oilers fans, right? It was we're the away team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got to tour the ASU dressing room. So that was kind of cool. We did some fun things other than just, get drunk the whole time.
Right. Well, it sounds like an amazing trip. I hope there are more stories perhaps off air the next time I see you here at the shop. Bellezy from Hello Hockey with Tom Gazzola, and you get him on various EST programs as well. All right, so the playoffs are rolling on here. So Jay and I were talking before you came on. I don't know if you heard the tail end. So, is Jared Bednar on the hot seat if they lose tonight? Is this a real thing in your mind?
I did hear it, and it makes no sense to me. We've got to this point, I think, in hockey now, and it's been like that a little bit in football and maybe some baseball as well, where immediately the first thing you want to do is punt the coach into the sun. But for what? The Colorado Avalanche have been an unbelievable team for, last 5-6 years. I mean, they won the Stanley Cup. They've consistently been a really good hockey team. They play fast. They went out and made some changes that have helped them get back to kind of where they were. So I don't understand why you'd want to get rid of a top 3 coach. And I understand there's maybe we need a new voice. Okay, sure, that's fine. But you're instantaneously going to downgrade. The only way it makes sense is if you decide, okay, well, you know what? John Cooper's available. I'm going to go get him. Because if you got a top 3 coach, why would you go to a bottom 3 coach? That doesn't make sense to me. I don't know.
But is Colorado... Would Colorado be in a little bit... They'd be in a different situation than the Oilers. Whereas for the Oilers, it's 100% next year. There's a lot of pressure on the head coach that comes in and takes the reins here in Edmonton. Would that be the time to say, okay, Jared, thank you for your time. Thank you for being a great coach. It's time we go in a different direction. And maybe at that point, bring in the younger... the AHL promoted or the sexy pick out of, I know there's the head coach at Denver University who's apparently, the talk of the town in Colorado. Maybe that would be the right time to make a transition to a coach like that.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, you look at his track record since becoming the head coach of the Avs. You look at the way his teams have played, and they've never truly been out of it. Yes, they've had times where they've lost in the first round, but that happens in Tampa as well. Like, they've always been a team that's either on the cusp of being a Stanley Cup contender, or they're just a contender and they play in a tough division. And so for them, it's like, it's one of those things that, is he a guy that he wears out his welcome? Well, it doesn't seem like that. If that's the type of coach that you have, then absolutely move on, bring somebody else in because you need a new voice. But to me, Bednar doesn't sound like a guy that's wearing out his welcome. It seems like the guys love playing for him. And so if you have a coach that, guys like playing for, like, why would you want to get rid of that guy? Especially if we all consider him a top 5 guy. Because anything you do after you get rid of him instantaneously becomes a worse coach. And yes, there's new styles, and yes, there's hot candidates, but you just had one of the best coaches, and now you don't. So to me, it's like, and I heard a little bit of what you were saying, Jay, before. It's like, well, is it Bednar's fault that Nate just doesn't want to play well? Is it Bednar's fault that McKinnon's banged up and McCarr's banged up? Like, if you've looked at the way the season's been unfolding, like, these guys have played basically every second day since the start of the season. And for McCarr and McKinnon, they also didn't have a break because they went to the Olympics. So they've played a lot of hockey, and I can imagine there's some tired bodies. But to me, I don't think you just get rid of top 5 coaches just like that.
Okay, so let me ask you the other question we were talking about. Does it change your perception of Cassidy, given how well the Knights have done since Tortorella took over?
In what sense?
In the sense that maybe he's not as hot a candidate as the Oilers and perhaps Oil Country should perceive. Like, is he the number 1 guy available still? Because, well, the team that fired him is now doing pretty great without him.
I would say this. I would say that he still should be fairly high on your list of guys that you want, because is it the culture? No, I don't think culture is the right word, but the foundation of the Vegas Golden Knights was there. He coaches his teams hard. They're prepared. They have the details. They play with all those things. Now, some of the stuff that I've heard, he had long days. He was grinding on people. It wasn't great culture. And as soon as he left, Tortorella comes in, who's the same hard ass, but now it's a different voice to which what you guys were mentioning. But the foundation and the details were already there. So Tortorella just had to get a little bit more out of these guys. And it almost seemed like most of them just kind of loosened up the minute Cassidy left. So if you're the Oilers, you're looking at those details, you're looking at those foundations that were created by Cassidy, and you say, hey, we want that to be our guys. We want Connor and Leon to have to play with that. We want Bouchard to have to play that way, because that's the stuff that's successful in the playoffs. So should he still be, highly valued? Yes. But is he the guy? It's probably not, because Vegas is not going to give you permission. So
right.
Go find somebody else.
But I like that you use the word foundation, because that's what Bowman said. Bowman basically said we didn't have a foundation except for being a good team on the penalty kill. Now, Bowman's putting his neck out there a little bit too, right? Because we can argue about how effective he's been, but that's what he's selling as the GM, that you need a coach who can bring in that foundation. Like, it's so interesting in hockey, right? Like, just the short lifespan of coaches, how some teams can flip it around, how there are some. I remember when Hitch took over, I think the Oilers were something like 9-2-2 or 9-3-2 their first 14 or 15 games under Hitch. Well, they were a lousy team. Like, they just did a little bit. Maybe they would have done that well if Todd would have stayed. So it's an interesting discussion. Shawn Belle joining us. I started the show, and as you know, Bellezy, I just sort of decided along the way, I'm going to jump on the Montreal Canadiens bandwagon. I'm going to enjoy it. They were the last team to do it in 93. They got this rookie goalie this year. You can't, I say it all the time, you can't tell the 4 lines apart. But I started the show today by saying, has the bubble burst. Shot attempts in the series, 242 to 129 for Carolina. Shots on goal, 93-47 in favor. No, but Montreal almost won. They got the game in overtime. But you probably see where I'm coming from. Has the bubble burst for the Habs?
I want to sit here and tell you it hasn't, but I think they've ran into a buzzsaw. And this is not the same Carolina Hurricanes team that we've seen before. This is a team they're deep. They've added some toughness. They're fast. They're tenacious on the forecheck, and they're rested and they're healthy. And I think that's playing a big factor in this series. Like if you look at game one, and I think I said on Hello Hockey that you have 14 days off. You can't mimic what playoff hockey is. So that first game back is always going to be rusty. And guess what? That first game back, it was rusty. They lost. And it wasn't a great game. But since they got back into the mojo, being healthy, flying around the ice against a team that's played back-to-back game sevens, well, you know what's going to happen because we can just wear you down. We're going to consistently, get pucks in your corner, the defenseman's corners, and we're just going to go to work. And that's what you're starting to see. And it's, if they're both healthy teams, would this be a little bit, do I think that the bubble wouldn't be bursting like it'd be a 6-7 game series? I'd probably say that, but I'm starting to lean towards Carolina, just taking the series because of the way that they played and how healthy and rested they are.
I love how you bring up fatigue too, because I know probably some people are listening like, come on, Reid, they're NHL players. They're finely tuned. But, I mean, you mentioned how much hockey Montreal's played to Carolina. And I think about that overtime. So Suzuki gets a breakaway, 20, 25 seconds and shoots wide. And then the Hudson turnover in overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you could argue like those are both fatigued play. And like even shooting wide on a breakaway. I know, well, it happens, but it's that little detail, right? Are you really hitting your spot if it's just catching up with you all the playoff hockey, all the overtime?
Fatigue is absolutely a thing, and that's why people have always, talked about NHL playoffs and winning the Stanley Cup and saying it's the hardest thing because it is a grind. It's you've got to potentially play upwards of 28 games in a very condensed amount of time, and it's hard hitting, it's fast paced. So yeah, there is fatigue that sets in. And when you see those little things, like you mentioned, Reid, missing the net on a breakaway for a guy like Suzuki, that's a fatigue thing. And I know people, like you mentioned too, they're gonna be like, oh, whatever. But it is a factor. It matters. Like fatigue does matter. And that's why it's a grueling series. And when you have a team that's healthy and has been known to be very good on the forecheck, that's a bit of their calling card. Well, it's designed to wear teams down. And if you're already fatigued coming in, well, yeah, good luck.
Shawn Belle joining us here on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. We talked about this earlier, and I just want your perspective on it, on the blown Lane Hudson call, then the blown too many men on the ice call. As a former professional player, you've probably seen some version of this where, oh, shoot, we can't call this call because we totally blatantly missed this call, the makeup game or the no calls. What's said by the players on the ice to the officials?
Don't think I can say that.
Can you summarize?
You can kind of
I can summarize.
Do you know that they know that you know? Because it was, they missed the call. They should have called the Hudson trip, and that led them to not being able to call that too many men on the ice. It's as plain as day. But what is said? Is it just an earful from all sides?
All sides are absolutely giving it to the guy. And so, even trying to summarize it's still like expletive laden because guys are pissed. And it's like, well, that was a blatant call. Why can't you call that? But I understand, we missed this one or we called that one. And so there's a little bit of, give a back and forth when it comes to what's called versus what's not in certain times. Because I do think in as the games go on throughout the playoffs, refs want to be less and less of a factor because they don't want to be booed out of the building. So if it's 3 minutes left in the game, it's OT, you see the whistle start to go away. And I'm not telling you this is the right thing, but you see it happen time after time after time. So I think that the fact that they expect it, like the whistles are gone now, and you can basically, it's like prison rules, but at some point you still have to call what's a penalty. And I think that's a problem that people or refs have a problem with, and players absolutely give it to them. And then at the same time, the coaches are losing their minds too, because it's a high stress environment and you want to win. And unfortunately, I can't say exact words on the air of what was said to the ref.
Yeah. Well, there's lip reading that we can see on the benches sometimes, which is interesting.
Sometimes those hot mics get pretty interesting.
That's the best, too, when you just hear one during play.
Yeah. Take that one clip and then times it by 100. That's what you're basically getting.
Well, guys have told me, like Brownie used to tell me, I think, I don't know if you know him, Bellezy. He was Mike Heika. He used to work for the Dallas Morning News, and now I think he actually works for the Stars. And when Tippett was the head coach there, Tippett let him stand on the bench for a preseason game. And he talked about but I don't know if it was him or some other writer that maybe did something similar, but just wrote about how the profanity was at a level that was hard to fathom. Like, it was beyond what he expected.
If the NHL was smart, they would have a paid subscription to their games where there's mics on the bench and you could hear every single thing that was said, because people would die or they'd be absolutely loving it. Do you remember actually when David Quinn went on his rant? I think he dropped horse blank like probably 30 times a couple years ago at a ref. Like, it's very similar.
Oh, yeah,
to
I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
I love that.
I think he was with Colorado. No, he was with the Rangers at the time.
Right, I think he was Rangers.
He went off on this ref, and it was just, I think it was like 30 S-bombs, and it was good. So
there's a guy on Instagram that you should follow. I think it's, I forget it. He breaks down, he lips reads what umpires and managers are saying when they come out and have the tay-to-tay, and he'll break it down and said, "You blanking idiot, you totally blanking missed that call," and it'll be in slow mo, and you'll see the react. He does a great job of it, but I love those interactions. I find them very, very entertaining. What can I say?
And they are quite entertaining, but sometimes I feel like they go a little bit.
It's just to see them like two grown men having a pissing match over home plate, just letting the expletives fly.
Well, the Pirates guy, I can't remember the manager of the Pirates. I think it was the Saturday game. He got kicked out. And then he ran out of the dugout to argue because he was saying stuff. So then once they're kicked out, it's like, well, now I got to put on a show.
Yeah, let's go.
So I actually got kicked out of a game, 5 years ago now. And it was like a line change that happened, and our guy got kind of like slashed on the top of the head. And I'm like, what's that? Like, you can't slash a guy on the top of the head during a line change. He's like, honestly, I don't want to hear any more out of you. And I'm like, I honestly don't care. There's 14 seconds left in this game. You can't cross-check a guy in the head, or you can't slash a guy in the head. He's like, okay, one more word. And I'm like, you can't cross-check a guy or slash a guy in the head. He goes, you're out. And I said, you know what? I'm not leaving. You're going to need to physically remove me from this bench.
What happened?
I won. I stayed on the bench.
Yeah, well, 14 seconds.
He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's just like, come on, guys.
I'm surprised you didn't swear at all during that
Oh, I summarized it.
Yeah. That's amazing. Bellezy, thanks for sharing tales of your trip and for giving us your perspective on the playoffs here and coaching stuff. When are you next on the Hangout?
I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Looking forward to it, my friend. Thank you so much.
Take care, boys.
Shawn Belle checking in on the Old Country Towing video hotline. We love having him. Great perspective. Like, so he's saying this like basically like the Avs would be crazy to fire Bednar.
Yes,
because like the replacement would be worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Is that where? I mean, I looked at it with Maddie yesterday. 1.5 to 2 years is the average lifespan of an NHL coach now.
Yeah, I think it's
like the max is in baseball. It's 3.5 to 4 years.
Is baseball the most now?
Yeah. So it's a what have you done for me lately league. I mean, you was saying in the chat that Bednar hasn't had the greatest successes in playoffs outside of that won Stanley Cup in 22. So, yeah, you could build a case that would say, maybe it's time. And especially in a sweep situation. But, Reid, I know, but if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, man.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the Oilers. But if Connor didn't have that ankle injury.
Like if the Avs had gone out in the first
Leon
round.
wasn't injured. But if Zach Hyman wasn't injured. But if they got better goaltending. Yet, Chris Knobloch is no longer the head coach.
Right. We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Arena energy, but no tickets required. Catch all the hockey playoff action live at the Canadian Brewhouse this playoff season. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your arena. Blue Jays underway. No score in the top of the second against Miami. A limerick here from Jeff in YYZ. Dustin, the pride of Cranbrook, whose play-by-play leaves viewers shook. A paillette, not trendy. Oh, a palette. Sorry. Didn't let me read this
That's
stuff.
okay.
A palette, not trendy, but he loves a good tendy. Crack packs, wondering which card he took. That's very good. Sorry I screwed it up, Jeff. Sometimes with my eye, the odd time an L and an I, if I'm not sure of the word, I'll have trouble.
Well, we might as well do this other one from Less Sweet.
Kind of a weirdo.
Dustin Nielsen, are you kidding me? Are you okay? Asked Yukon regarding epic injury. When in Costco, regarding samples, says no. Don't blink. YTT needs to pee.
Wow. I mean, this has been a great collection of limericks today. Well done. Circle back quickly as well to our off-topic topic. We got submissions early. We should bring it up here end of the show if we're in our final half hour for people who might have missed it earlier. The off-topic topic for William Huff, your favorite book series. I'm reading the 14th book in the Reacher series currently. I've made it through the whole show without reading any Reacher. That's pretty good. I was worried at some point you'd look over at me and like you'd ask me a question.
You're that
I'd be
hooked
like,
on that book.
They're so good. You just want to know what happens.
But they're the same. I can tell
They're
you what's going to happen,
page-turners.
Reid.
But you don't know what the mystery. There's an
what's-
underground bunker. There's an underground bunker.
This is too good. Okay. I'm here for you, man.
My review of The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
Plus words of the day still to come.
Colorado Vegas Game 3. The Avalanche need a win tonight to stay alive. Nathan McKinnon is good to go for the Avs with Valerie Nichushkin a game-time decision. Puck drop at 7. Mackenzie Blackwood in between the pipes for the Avs. Vegas likely to go with Carter Harton from Pittsburgh. Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract extension to stay with the Penguins. Over to the NBA West Finals of Spurs and Thunder. Tip-off, 6:30. That series dead even. Entering Game 5. MLB action, it's Toronto and Miami toe-to-toe for Game 2 of their 3-game series. Top of the second, it's runless. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is day-to-day with an elbow issue. Starting the game on the bench. In soccer, Maxime Crepeau and Dane St. Clair will each play 45 minutes for Canada in their friendly against Uzbekistan. That game goes next Monday from Commonwealth Stadium. This sports update is brought to you by the Ranch Golf Club. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. It's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit theranchgolf.com today to find out more. Some Star Wars conversation up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
One shopper. Finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket. A deal. One donor. Letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant.
Learning.
Trying.
Building skills.
Building confidence.
Building a future.
One purchase. One donation.
One job. One choice.
Goodwill is
The power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
The oil
It's not a
stream.
distraction to let a guy who's not active within your organization, like, hey, can we talk to him? Yeah, sure. It takes 4 seconds. Like, it doesn't affect Kelly McCrimmon's day. Like,
does not.
they're being difficult. They're trying to flex and strut and be like, look at us. You can't take our guy. Well, he's not your guy. You fired him. But it's in line with how that organization conducts themselves.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you bet with Play Alberta, you give back to Alberta. That's because it's the only app in the province that puts all revenue directly back into supporting programs and services that Albertans rely on every day. So next time you place a wager on your favorite team, know that you're also making a difference across the province through Alberta's General Revenue Fund. Visit playalberta.ca/EST to learn more. That's playalberta.ca/EST. Must be 18 plus. If you gamble, use your game sense.
It's the weekend. The sun is out, and everyone, yes, even the kids, are bored. Bring them to the Canadian Brew House. Our patios have games to keep the whole family going, rooftop views, real turf to run around on, and misters for when the summer gets serious. Oh, and we've still got the game on. Always. All day. All weekend. All summer. The Canadian Brew House. Canada's best patios.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. All right, big thanks to our friends at Play Alberta. They are the presenting sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. And, of course, you can go to playalberta.ca/EST. I think you will like what you find there. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And you can also find Jay's Play of the Day.
That was a good use of nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Thank you.
Quick buying or selling for you before we get to your review. Would you take Malkin on the Oilers for $7 million a year?
No.
What about 5.5? 1 year.
Actually, yeah, probably would.
I think you would. He'd be the
I might even
fourth
take
leading.
it for 7, actually.
He'd be the fourth leading
he'd be
scorer.
pretty good. He'd be better than, yeah. He might be the third best forward on the team.
Second rapid fire buying or selling.
For Damon Bunting, a consistent top producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years, he and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Who wins more games in June? Montreal Canadiens or the Edmonton Elks? This is from Matt yesterday.
I'm going to have to say the Elks.
Okay.
Well, the Elks only have 3 games in June because they're
That's right. They have a bye.
Yeah, I'm gonna have faith that the Elks don't start 0 whatever this season, that they can actually bank some wins. So they play Ottawa,
Then a
Montreal, and Ottawa, bye, Montreal, Winnipeg. The Canadians are not looking like they will have. The Canadians could be out on Friday, so they wouldn't even have any games in June.
Third rapid fire buying or selling.
Okay,
buying or selling the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Well, do you want my review now?
That's a TG up.
The Mandalorian and Grogu is a good movie. It is a fun movie. If you're a big Star Wars fan, I would say go see it. If you like the TV series, I'd say go see it. If you think Grogu is cute, then just go see it. I thought that the Mandalorian and Grogu was a bit like 4 episodes of the TV show strung together because they were kind of demarcation points in the action along the way where it was like there was about the middle of the movie, I was like, is it over? Like, I know it can't be over because there's an hour left, but it was kind of like, okay, that was kind of like a completion of one storyline to a certain extent. Now, it all tied together. The action scenes are fun. Grogu is cute, and he has a couple. In the first half of the movie, I was like, I kind of wish there was more Grogu, but then he had some nice scenes in the second half of the movie where he took center stage, which was cool. One of my favorite things about the movie were all the creatures, because to me, one of the hallmarks of Star Wars is that memorable scene in the cantina in the very first Star Wars movie with all the weird looking aliens. Exactly. Even you know that, and you're not a movie fan. Did we get a home run? No, the Blue Jays.
Would appear so.
Ernie Clement,
my guy.
Is that 2 days in a row?
It's Ernie.
I think he homered yesterday as well.
That's Ernie doing Ernie things.
And there's a lot of kind of cool looking aliens and creatures in this one that I really liked. You see the Hutts in a new way, which was a little unexpected. So that, Jabba from Return of the Big Slug, so now you can computer generate them, so they move and behave differently.
So is it
and they
bringing
speak
them,
English?
Do they have more of do they bring in a family dynamic to them, or like a personality?
So the Hutts are Jabba's son and siblings. The Hutts that are in it,
Jabba's
son and Jabba's siblings, but Jabba's already dead in this movie.
So Jabba's son and Jabba's son's uncles,
yes,
and aunties.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting. But again, my criticism of the movie is that even though I was enjoying it, it didn't really... It was sort of lacking in emotional stakes and theme, I thought. Like it wasn't like there was kind of that through line that really pulled me in, or in the end I was like, oh, this is the payoff for what happened 10 minutes into the movie. I didn't really feel that. Maybe some people would disagree with me. Maybe there was something for them. I mean, yes, I cared about Grogu and I cared about The Mandalorian, but more because I saw them in the TV series more than of anything that was established in this movie. Like it very much just felt like season 4 of the TV series, but with a bigger budget. So I thought it was good. I thought it was fun. I would not say that it was great.
Good question here from Big Uke, because I could ask the same question, but how much precious knowledge of the Grogu or Mandalorian series, I'm sure that's what he's talking about, does one need to enjoy this movie?
How much previous knowledge? Hardly any. I say you could go in blind and you'd be fine.
So somebody that's never watched Star Wars or The Mandalorian could go in and be like, yep, this is entertaining.
Oh yeah, I still think you could be entertained. You'd be aware that there's this bounty hunter and his little guy, and they have some sort of a relationship. You wouldn't have to know the whole
Who's
Star
the
Wars.
Mandalorian? Is that a bounty hunter?
Yeah, so it's a race of bounty hunters.
Because who was the original bounty hunter?
Fett.
Boba
Fett was the original guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, does Grogu talk?
Yeah.
Grogu. Just wonder, what are you up to later tonight?
And he likes to eat. He eats a lot.
Grogu, are you going to be going and getting some spicy jalapeno habanero chicken wings this week?
Sort of like
that's how
that.
he sounds. Yeah,
He's sort of like that.
It's basically Grogu.
So he expresses himself through sound.
Well,
yeah.
Because is he animated? Is he like?
I think he's a puppet most of the time, if not all of the time, which I appreciated. There's times he's
okay. Wait. What do you mean? Of course he's a puppet. He's not.
No,
real.
but he's not CG. He's not computer.
Oh, he's
he's actually like on strings or whatever. I think he's a puppet most, if not all of the time.
Like Jim Henson.
Yeah.
Well, selfishly, I get off the last question. Now, if you don't need any experience watching Star Wars, if you caught bits and pieces of the actual TV show, is that needed for the continuation? No.
I think you could just go in and watch it. Or if you were going with a Star Wars fan, I still think you could enjoy it as an action movie about a bounty hunter and his sidekick. Yeah.
Okay, because looking online, like seeing reviews, they all sort of say that it's sort of 3 episodes bunched into one or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like it's from the outside. I mean, it's a fun family movie. Disney is basically the Drake of movies, just putting all kinds of content out there to see who grabs onto it. I'm glad that it's a fun movie to watch, but like from an outsider's perspective, hearing that they're making a movie about this, I was like, did it need a movie? Like, did it feel needed, or was it just like a fun?
It's just a movie. This does nothing to advance the Star Wars lore or add anything to it.
Grogu, what are your thoughts on the Boston Bruins and all things Boston?
All right, so that's buying or selling for Damon Bunting. I was teeing you up for your play of the day there, too.
Jay's play of the day. Head over to playalberta.ca. Right? You could still get in there. You can get in there till 7 p.m.? Why is that?
No, it should be 6.
It says 7 here.
What time is the game? Is the game at 6 or is it at 7?
6:30.
6 or 7?
No, it's at 6:30. I just saw the thing on Sportsnet.
Okay.
But does it maybe not start till 7?
I just assumed all the hockey games were at 6 this round. I didn't even look.
6.
Oh, no, it's a 7 o'clock game. Tonight's a 7 o'clock game.
Is it?
Yeah, that happened once with the Orders. There was like one game that was at 7.
Oh, that one, yeah.
No, I didn't even. Well, we're dumb.
Well, that's great because I got flagged from 7-8, so I can still get home and watch the second and third period.
All right, words of the day when we get back.
From Vegas, Game 3 between the Golden Knights and Avalanche. Vegas looking to win big tonight to sweep the Avalanche. Nathan McKinnon good to go for Colorado. Valerie Nichushkin a game-time decision. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. Mackenzie Blackwood starting for Colorado. Vegas likely to go with Carter Hart. From Pittsburgh, Evgeny Malkin has signed a 1-year, $5.5 million extension to stay with the Penguins. And out west, Memorial Cup action continues. Kitchener and Chicoutimi play at 7. Rangers were in action last night, beating Everett 6-2. On the hardwood, NBA West Finals, that continues. It's the Spurs and Thunder tipping off at 6:30. That series dead even entering Game 5. And for the Blue Jays, they're in action, Game 2 of their 3-game series against the Marlins. End of the second, Jays up 1-0. Miami up to bat. In soccer, Maxime Crepeau and Dane St. Clair will each play 45 minutes for Canada in their friendly against Uzbekistan. That game goes next Monday from Commonwealth Stadium. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Edmonton is expecting some changes this offseason, and I'm talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation. No permission is needed to speak with them. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. The final segment of the Reid Wilkins Show. Words of the day up next. Here on Edmonton Sports Talk, I'm Zachary Kubich, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Isaiah Knight, running back with the Edmonton Elks, joining us here on EST Afternoons. What have Javon Leake and Justin Rankin meant to you and the other rookie running backs in the room?
Those guys push me every day to be my greatest. I said this when I first came in. I've never been in a running back room this much talent before. Justin Rankin and Javon Leake are definitely the ultimate professionals, so it definitely keeps me on my toes for sure.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Edmonton, don't miss Canada Soccer's men's national team as they take on Uzbekistan as part of the send-off series before the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Join us Monday, June 1st at 7 p.m. on Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.ca.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
River Cree Resort and Casino and K97 proudly present Prism and Aldanova. May 29th in the venue. Tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement. Bet on it.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Portions of this hour presented by the Edmonton Elks. The only way to experience it is being there when it happens. Get your season seats today. Our city, our year. Lock in your season seats at goelks.com/season seats. So, yeah, the preseason game Friday at Clark, and then the regular season starts for the Elks the following weekend at Ottawa. Then they got to bye. Then they'll have their home opener, and, hopefully a good start to the season for the Elks. Some encouraging performances against the BC Lions on Saturday. I know you guys talked a lot about that yesterday.
Yeah, very, very encouraging. I mean, it's a preseason, but there were some things that you like to see. You mentioned it earlier, overall quickness, speed.
Yeah.
They were able to get the ball downfield, and their defense. I mean, read simple things like they got one sack, they didn't allow any.
Which is, really good.
I mean,
really good.
That's a win.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to our words of the day, presented by by the Edmonton Public Library.
Words of the day, presented by Play Alberta.
The sales staff does so well here.
Trifecta.
Our sales chief is so good. I got so many things.
The executive regional assistant sales manager.
Your free EPL library card can do more than you might expect. From books, movies, and video games to digital resources, creative spaces, and learning opportunities, there's something for everyone across Edmonton. Sign up online at epl.ca/signup or visit any of EPL's 21 locations to get started today.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
All right.
These are words of the day brought to you by Less Sweet.
They're going to be very difficult.
He says, after last week when Reid got 0 points on my words, I'm giving him some easy but fun words this week.
Okay, we'll see.
So these are Archaic Words series, part 1.
All right.
First archaic word, yorn.
Well, if they're archaic, I'm not using them. So how does this make it easier?
Yorn.
Yorn.
Are you kidding me?
Y-O-R-N-E.
Yorn?
Isn't that what he said? Did I misunderstand it?
Y-O-U-R-N. How would you say that?
Oh, yorn. Yeah.
Yorn. It's an archaic word.
Yeah. I will say, you'll give me a sentence.
I said it is yorn, and I meant it.
Yours. All right. I probably should have guessed that. Half a point. Incredible.
Second word of the day, archaic edition, betwixt. Betwixt.
Well, I know this one. B-E-T-W-I-X-T. Dun, da, da, da. Means between. Between. I use the word betwixt occasionally.
You have. His sentence was, the banter betwixt Lieutenant Eric and Dave Jamieson can be quite entertaining.
All right. Well, that's not bad. So I got 2.5 out of 4.
You sure did, buckaroo.
Yeah, yorn. I've never heard it used that way, though. I guess I don't read enough archaic books. I have to find an archaic series. Maybe Reacher can go back to the 1600s.
Well, there's yorn and then there's yearn. But yearn is...
But yearn means like yearning.
Desire.
Yeah.
I don't know, Reid.
Well, you know what I know. 1,700 miles south, Plato's 3-car convoy waited at an inconspicuous gate in a hurricane fence around an airfield. The gate was a battered, saggy affair, chained and padlocked. The fence was matted with trash and weed at its base, but the airfield itself was fit for its purpose. Plato's the bad guy. He's coming to get.
It's his lair.
He's coming to get Reacher. Be careful, Reacher.
Good luck, yeah.
I hope Reacher survives this one.
I hope he does.
Maybe
Reid.
I'll finish it tonight.
Yeah. Can't wait
Honestly,
for the review.
Reacher book interests me more than Colorado Vegas. Sorry, everybody. I just
Really?
got to be myself.
More than the OKC? SAS?
Oh, I'll watch the final, maybe. 780-218-9999.
I feel like
River
we just
Crew
won
Resort
an
Casino
award.
Inbox. What do we do?
The music.
Yeah, what
The
is this
music,
coming-
it's
where
rolling
is
in
this?
a bit late. I meant to do it while you were reading.
Oh,
I
here we
didn't
go.
get to it in time.
Off the wall. Oh, it won't score a run. All right, Jay's threatening, though, in the bottom of the third. On behalf of Zach Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great night. Dun, da, da, da.